three cores are mobility cores.
Sure.
So the lack of stuns, we'll see if that comes into play, but let's see if they can actually set up a couple of these blood rights to make the lack of stun look better with the silences that they have to cover. So
yeah, because I imagine as well, if you're saying Void, you're still wanting to play for like level 20. In comparison to that, the Bloodseeker for 23, you're looking to get more done before level 20 in particular, right?
Absolutely.
You don't have to wait that long as a Bloodseeker.
Yeah. I mean, you don't have to like literally like, you don't have to straight wait for Void 20 to like show
sure,
up, but yeah, you know what I
big,
mean? That's the timing,
That's
right?
where he gets,
exactly.
You know, kind of to one of his power peaks.
It's gotten nerfed a lot, though. It's no longer like, well, I think at one point it was like 140 attack speed, was it? 120? And now it's down to 80. So it has gotten chunked down quite a lot, but still very strong if you get to that stage.
Yeah. Well, what do you make of the mid matchup? You know, we're getting the spirits coming in here.
I think
versus the Storm.
We've seen this one quite a bit. I think Storm usually has a slight advantage, but I've seen the Void Spirits. This one's like a skill matchup, right? It depends on how much he's able to catch with these 8th and Remnants. And I think it was Effie at the end there, Mira was saying, the rotations early on to see what's going to happen, checking these power runes is definitely important because there's a Tusk on one side. So Q could look to make early moves on the mid lane.
The battle begins.
Now, bounty runes. So they are going to go through the way of Aurora with that. As Heroic not quite set up to fight.
Yeah, they're a bit afraid running into the Tusk and the Primal level 1. Like their level 1 is kind of underwhelming with Pugna, Darkseer, and Void. They kind of don't do anything. So Heroic's lineup definitely needs some time. That is the one thing that we do have to say. It is a little bit greedy. It could get pressured a bit from Aurora, and we have seen how Aurora plays. They are a very aggressive team. Q in particular, we've seen how much he's been able to kind of dictate the pace of the early game for his team.
I see how, because that top lane as well, right? That is a lane that they can slow the Void down early. I mean, how easy is it for K1 up here?
It's a double melee. That's the issue. Like K1 should be fine.
Okay.
He's got the backup of Pugna, which is it's a weird. This hero's weird. Pugna, it's like you look at it, it's like wow, this hero doesn't contribute a whole lot in a lot of situations, but it's a good harassing hero. You've got great distance, good damage from spam. You're just fragile, so your positioning is everything on Pugna.
A quick fight here around the small camp.
I'm mostly watching in the mid lane just because I want to see how these first few waves go, because that's where I've seen the Storm sometimes pull ahead, but I've also seen the Void Spirits pull out at times too. Very skill-based matchup, so. Nice. And I'm wondering how 23 withstands the pressure of Darkseer, because this has been a traditional, old-school counterpick in lane, right? Thirst has been reworked quite a bit. You know, now that it's built into Sanguivar and your innate, definitely different how much you heal. You heal a lot less per creep kill.
It's a lot less, it really feels, especially early.
I'm wondering how much it's going to make a difference of how much you can actually lane versus Darkseer as KJ.
Oh, he's gone.
Does get caught.
Trample from the jabs will be able to take him down.
Bit fragile. But K1 is getting free farm, so I think he's okay with that. But yeah, I'm really going to watch 23 as well, too. I really wonder how much, if he can actually handle the spam out of both of these two, because it's not a double melee, but I'm telling you, you've played it probably more than I have, but
it's not as...
It's quite a little healing.
Your health just doesn't go up when it says it should.
So yeah, we'll see how much he can endure.
I mean, it absolutely changes some of the matchups, as you say, that you would pick Bloodseeker into in the past.
Yeah. Lornaf right now is having that little bit of an advantage off of the first few waves. Got a couple extra denies versus the Storm. And he's going to have that base damage advantage as a universal hero, of course, so.
Now, in terms of rotations, can they... I mean, both teams could try and look to get a kill mid right before each hit this level 6.
Yeah, I'd say more likely for Aurora, right?
Yeah.
Q making a move over as the Tusk is a lot easier. But I wouldn't put it past Schofield because it's Schofield, and yeah, he's crazy. So, but yeah, as we see there, the double wards are prepared just in case. Usually do not see those double wards placed in the mid lane, so that kind of says a lot of Schofield. Bringing it to Ollie right now, even throwing the Blood Grenade.
He's got the disruption.
He's got another Acorn, but he's got backup of Bloodseeker. Schofield should be okay.
Top lane, they're able to trap in KJ, but he's got the defensive Decrepify trying to help him out. Still, the trample will come through. Not enough to kill him off, though.
Nope. That's where we see that decrep versus the tag team, but the reason that they went for Primal is because they didn't want just straight physical, so some extra damage, they can still go through it. Yeah, cool. So far, 23 is farming pretty well, but he is staying like just below half HP constantly. So I do feel like level 3 can be hit, and they could look to even go for kills on this Bloodseeker, perhaps if he doesn't get himself back up above half HP, because Hoodwink and Darkseer are threatening.
They're kind of sustaining against the level 2 Iron Shells. It shouldn't be easy for 23 down there.
No, there are lots of rotations, to be honest with you. Both supports setting up for the water runes.
And they both know how vulnerable each other's mids is before they hit the level 6.
Yeah, they both were actually trying to make the move. Nice deny there from Lorinov.
On bottom lane, they're actually making it go into Davai Lama. With that disruption into Bloodbright, it looks like they've got him.
They do.
A good awareness there to be able to go and punish the Darkseer.
And now mid too.
And they're making the play on towards Analog. Level 4, he's got no way to save himself. The pushback will catch on to the two of them. There's not any follow-up damage from Schofield, so Aurora, big kills in the mid and in the bottom lane.
Great heads up. They identified in the moment that they left the lanes, right? Bottom he left, and as soon as he leaves bottom, the water rune was saved for the storm, but they punish him before he's able to claim it, so nice move from Aurora. How they want to start the game too, right? They want to be the ones with a bit of an advantage going into this mid game with their heroes. Since we do see Heroic going a bit down the greedy route. And okay, yeah, Bloodseeker's actually been able to withstand it.
I mean,
he's been able to.
Great.
So the matchup, even though there's been some changes, he's still doing fine.
No, it's big stuff that he's having that much of a free farm down at 27 and 12 against a 19 and 7. That's that's huge for the Bloodseeker this patch.
Most definitely. K1 though, very similar on the other side, right? 28-6, not as many denies, but almost just about as much.
I mean, that's the thing as well. You feel early on in this game, before kind of the Void has his own scaling damage output from the late game farm. Are they going to be able to kill people in the Chronos?
It's a good question. Depends on the levels of the supports, because Schofield, if he has good levels on this Hoodwink, can do tons of damage. 23.
I mean, they tried to make a play for him, but he's too speedy. He's able to get away from the three of them. He's actually coming back close to them as well, trying to continue to pick up farm underneath the tower.
That's a bit crazy there from 23.
He's showing himself again. I mean,
Schofield.
He feels confident with the speed that he has.
He is very fast right now.
Under attack.
Wait, how is he so fast? Nobody's even really low. Just speeding away with the phase boots.
Yeah, he's zooming. I guess just what the lingering effect, right?
Yeah, he just got out.
And they couldn't get him. That was a three-man attempt there from Heroic to try and take 23 out the lane, and 23's, he's chilling. Farm continues. All three cores really of Aurora Gaming having a very good start.
It's the big difference is just really Analog, right? That move that they made onto mid hit hard, and now Q is still in the area. Might be able to catch him again.
They get the setup. They get him with the
Massive.
jump. He is dead again. Aurora well and truly bullying Analog in this mid.
They're punishing greed. They really are with these early movements. 4-0, 2K lead. Even though Void's farming, the other two cores now a bit shut down. Darkseer actually just fine, but stormed out twice. Probably going to have, I mean, Schofield might have to look to play a bit more around the storm early on just to protect him from those early dives, but he's still only level 5. He'll probably just jungle until the 6. And the top is also having a move made.
They have to set, ooh, they don't quite get him with the follow-up. Nice attempt there from Lorinov to get him with the Remnant, but the jump out was already in place from K1 with his time walk.
3K lead just off the first 7 minutes.
Now we see the difference there. And last hits, obviously getting that kill, and of course the big one, the level 6, he hit it 5 minutes and a half. Still yet to see it being reached here by Analog after being shut down. Still only halfway through level 5, 7.5 minutes in.
KJ has to be careful if he steps up. Lorinov can just pop him almost instantly.
Then with the jump, he's got Q to back him up as well. KJ's got the decrepit fight, won't save him.
Great plays. Q and Lorinov in this early game right now. Can't really put too much pressure on the tower, as we said. The power push is always going to be lackluster. Analog will jungle a little bit here, but still not level 6.
Yeah, that was a nice stack as well, but yeah, even that, not enough to get him to 6 with how far behind he is on the level.
And Davai also, we're saying he's not that far behind, but he has to just go to jungle now at this point, be able to get some catch up with those Ion Shells, because laning versus the Bloodseeker, Rupture's online.
That's pretty crazy. Q on the Tusk, he's nearly got the same amount of farm as Analog Storm.
Yeah, that is massive, honestly. And they have to hug him too, so his experience is not really getting given very well. Schofield will survive, a chrono to run.
Yeah, it has to be used defensively. Let's back it on the mid. They can continue to put this pressure onto the tier 1 tower and just have to see what Heroic can pull together to do about this. I mean, it's pretty
KJ?
scary around this Void Spirit.
Yeah, I mean, every time KJ shows, it feels like he could just get popped almost instantly if he's not careful. Will survive. Yeah, fantastic early game. I think this is exactly what you want if you're Aurora right now. They've set themselves, they picked for lanes, and the lanes have actually done it incredibly well with that rotation from Q. 23 has the Javelin finished up too, and they're just waiting for the Darkseer to show back up to lane to rupture him.
Yeah, super hard to show yourself down here. Ready for anyone on Heroic.
Mm-hmm. How are the levels looking?
Stupendous.
Yeah, supports are looking about the same.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Level 6s will be a bit slow. Q, again, looking for a play. Sees KJ.
Guy's got the setup. And
Should be okay.
He's going to dive in, get the catch with the Remnant. So indeed, won't be able to connect with enough damage. So KJ to survive, continue to pick up his levels, try and get the 6 in the mid.
Yeah, they know that they're like, okay, Storm is jungling. They're trying to give Pug the levels. We really want to punish him and dive the tower. So they're going to maybe go for some tower pressure too here. Q, continuing to want it to dive. Glyph will be popped. Tower should be okay as Analog is walking back toward.
And Q. He's going to look to fight further. TP's coming in. They get the opening with the bushwhack onto Lorna, but he's still able to jump out with the Astral Step. Analog goes to the chase. Vortex drag back onto Q. See if they can finish the task off. He's still got a snowball to play with. Q. He's able to get it off. Won't be able to run. The Remnant's already laid down, and Analog takes Q out.
Where's the rune? It spawns bottom. Is Lornov going to be able to get it? He's not. The heavy rotation, though. 4 heroes to just make sure that they can at least protect their tower and get a kill. So those side lanes are going to thrive on the side of Aurora. Even perhaps looking to set up for K1. They've got the rupture coming in.
Yeah, they know with that reaction from Heroic around the mid, it's not going to be easy for Heroic to get top to help K1 out. And he caught by the rupture, just trying to hold his ground.
He's okay.
Time walk to the side, and will be enough TPs coming in. 2 TPs to be in place. One of them will get stopped. It's just KJ. In fact, straight away with the Primal, they're just going to go over towards him. Jabs grabs him, slams him down. That's KJ out. They won't get K1, but they get a kill nonetheless.
Full HP too. Nice play from K1 to at least survive, but great rotations. Aurora playing this early game beautifully. Jab's going for the mech, so trying to hit these early timings to force the issue because they know the greed from Heroic. It is very, very greedy, and they've punished it very, very hard in these first 10 minutes.
Yeah, it's just you absolutely need time to get this Void online, and it just doesn't seem like a lineup where early Chronos are going to be backed up by any sort of significant burst damage or kill potential. So they have to go for this sort of passive gameplay Heroic and just hope that Aurora don't take too much for them. But so far, Aurora, they're taking over the map.
They absolutely are. And this pipe, if Jabs goes for it, you were asking about damage inside Chronosphere. If he gets the pipe, there's no damage in Chronosphere. Because even like the Ion Shell and the Void, which is one of the better ones in the early game, that'll completely be negated as well. So I do like if he does commit for that build. Tower taken, could look to pressure another one, but they're just getting close to some pretty good items, right? Bloodseeker now, I believe, Maelstrom soon to be finished, and Lornoff is halfway to Aghanims. Yeah. And that's a godly Aghanims game for the Void Spirit versus Pugna and Storm. I mean, and Void, of course. It's kind of good versus all of them, but in particular to stop the Pugna saving the Storm.
Yeah, it feels like it was pretty crucial for Heroic's lineup that the mid lane and the off lane went a little bit better, but they just didn't, right? Divine Element didn't quite have as good of a time as he may have expected to against 23's Bloodseeker. 23 Bloodseeker gets a completely free opening. In the mid, we're going to see Jabs just leading on.
That's really deep.
He's going to get burst immediately for that. Divine Llama tries to go for the TP out. The damage comes in. The Chronos, the 3-man. Do they have the damage? No, they don't.
He didn't even hit anybody.
They're going to be able to jump out of the Chrono perfectly fine. 23 on the retreat. KJ's trying to chase down 23. Bushwhack's going to miss. Might not matter though with the Decrepify and the Drain. They're getting him low. Zip forward with the Bull Lightning. Analog closes in. They get the kill. They'll take 23 down.
Jabs, the overextension actually hurting his team so much here.
As the 2 supports here trying to play against the 2 supports of Heroic, but Ollie's getting burst low. TP starting to come in. Lornoff is be able to swing in from the side. They jump in, take out KJ. Remnant over towards Schofield. They get the drag back. Jabs, he's back in action.
Okay, now Heroic extended too far themselves. Jabs respawns and is able to get some cleanup kills. Ends up being pretty okay there for Aurora at the end of the day after that overchase. Good chrono, catches the 3, no real damage, but then the afterwards chase. I feel like the Pugna actually did by far the most damage in this fight, right?
I mean, he pretty much did the majority of bringing down 23 as low as he did.
Yeah, Pugna did 4,000 damage in the fight. Everybody else did like 1,000. Or 3,300,
yeah. There you go.
That was definitely a mess up from Jabs, overextending into the dive there. Gets caught by the Bushwhack, decrep all the burst. But then Heroic overextends as well too, and it comes back okay for Aurora. So, and that's Lorinov, 3 components towards the Aghanims. This Aghanims is going to be a big problem for Heroic.
Yeah, it's going to be so hard to fight into Aurora at that point.
Yep. They're going to need the... I mean, they'll have Darkseer with... If he's able to find the pipe and everything like that, perhaps they can just endure the silence, but he's still a ways away from that one, so we'll see if it does come out in time for that.
Yeah, and if anything's to go by in that last fight, I think Aurora, they're probably going to be jumping straight for the Pugna.
Oh, yeah. That's how they fight. I mean, honestly, that's how they should fight every single time anyway. Yep. Disruption on mid.
Get the setup into the Remnant. So there's enough burst with the punch up for the
There's the mech.
He's able to get the zip off, and Analog keeps his difference. Q starts to back away. You have to drag back with the Vortex on towards Q. Q is going to go down. Charge forward from Jab, jump in from Lorinov. They get the catch onto KJ. They're trying to take out the Pugna, but KJ, he's able to live. He's standing his ground with the light train, turns towards Lorinov. Lorinov has to jump away.
Did you see how the Storm just died? I think he got 4x or 5x shadow poisoned. I didn't see how many he had. It was 4 or 5 because he died.
He was off the screen, right?
He popped. SD popped him. I saw he got hit by a charge and then 3/4 HP gone. So
that's surprising. It seemed like he didn't need to die in that one. That Analog.
He died like 100-0. Yeah. It looked like. At least I didn't get to see the death summary. Apologies, but got him good. Decent, though, from Divine Llama. He got, what, a 4-man wall, I believe it was there, without even having a point in vacuum, so. Only a 2K lead, to be honest. Aurora, I feel like they wanted a bit more after having that advantage in the early game. After killing the Storm and shutting him down so much.
Yeah.
They're still going to get these good item timings, but...
Check it out.
So he's got 3, 4, and I think he gets hit by the 5th, right? 5.
Yep, there it is.
Boom. Yeah. Because I was like, the charge didn't even hit him when I saw him die. So, hey, sometimes I think Shadow Demon is probably one of the most unexpected damage heroes. I think it happens a lot of times. We just get caught once or twice in a game like that.
That's a full Ags now on Lorinov.
Okay, so this is kind of their time to get that big snowball going because I believe they're gonna have like a triple timing pipe on Jab soon done, Maelstrom. And then also, of course, that Aghanims for Lorinov. So can look to definitely apply a good amount of pressure here to Heroic. And they're going to smoke with it.
I'll see Lorinov.
He's got
He's going to try for setup.
Ooh, he misses a little bit.
And they're straight in. He's able to get the mech off. Divine Llama surviving. The heal's coming out as well from KJ. Keeping Divine Llama alive. We'll get caught by another Remnant. But Divine Llama, he's not going down.
Jabs has turned up.
Jabs, he's going to look for the angle to get in on this. Charges back across on Analog, but there's not the further lockdown. Analog's fine. Chrono's going to be jumped onto 23.
Is there enough damage?
Can they bring this Bloodseeker down? Analog sits across. He's got the fallout Vortex to hold him in place. They'll take him out. Jab. He's in with the grab on a K1, but the time walks back up. K1's away. They're looking to dive the tower. Snowball forward and a punch up for the touch. Takes down the Darkseer. K1 another time walk. Lorinov.
It's a buyback.
He's got to be careful with the buyback coming in from Schofield. Heroic, they're ready to try and get more out of this fight. They step up. They get the Bushwhack connection in onto the 2 of them. And the drag back as well onto Lorinov. The Void Spirit's gone. Jab's also in trouble potentially as K1 is going to have time walk back up. Jumps in. He's looking for a bash. He doesn't need it. The sharp shot comes in from Schofield. Beautiful buyback on the Hoodwing.
Beautiful buyback, but more than anything, K1 is... This is a Void? Is this a Void? Because he's doing so much early game.
He actually is.
The time dilation just devastated them. They couldn't get out of the fight. He gets a perfect chrono, and he's full HP at the end of the fight.
And they just lost Q as well.
Oh, Aurora.
Oh, they are crumbling. They had the early game. It was phenomenal. They
had
sort of this 3K, 4K lead incredibly early on in the game. But now coming into these fights, we see this again. I mean, the way they split things up, 23, he gets Schofield, but he has to kind of chase him all the way up here on his own, which allows him to be put in a position where K1's able to get this chrono. They take him out.
Look how I don't know how much damage he time walked off as well, too, right? It was like 3 or 4 that he drops half HP, time walks again, resets, goes back in.
And then Schofield buying back here, I mean, really helped secure them. Pretty much the extra kind of 2, maybe the 3 kills. And 23 back in action, he's dead again.
Oh, boy.
Uh-oh, that beginning, it's a long forgotten memory, it feels like now for Aurora. Heroic, they've got the lead, and they've got K1 Void in prime position.
I know, and they've got the teamwork. Honestly, the teamwork, the way that they're backing each other up. Divine Llama lived an extra 30 seconds than he should have been in that last bottom situation, because that was Aurora's timing to jump him. They purge him, they used everything, and he still tanked through it.
Should get
the Pugna here. But a lot of space has been given Heroic with their greedy draft. They're getting some good item timings now. I believe the pipe should be coming out. I mean, not the fastest for Divine Llama, but yeah, Hector, K1 a monster.
Uh-oh. Let's see if he's tanky enough to walk away from this. He's going to get bashed up.
He's looking pretty dead.
Maybe felt a bit stronger than he was there with the mech and the pipe. Sure, it's a pretty decent farm, but farming up on the high ground in the mid, that's risky. They punish it. He's dead.
Time Dilation is honestly owning this game. Sometimes you forget how potent this ability can be, but I'm just seeing Primal Beast charge in. Usually this hero's about go in, get your spells off, like reset a little bit, go again. He's stuck in the fight. He's just completely stuck from all the slow.
And look at the full pipe on Divine Llama, so
yeah, the
tools really coming together on Heroic's lineup. And
absolutely.
And Aurora, now that those last few plays have gone as rough as they have, it's not looking easy for them. Sure, it's close on the numbers, but to have had that lead that slipped away, I'll see if Aurora can reclaim that.
I think they have to just get the next two items. I think the Greaves in particular on Jabs is 100% needed. He needs to dispel the Time Dilation. It's honestly owning him, so that's probably the most necessary one, and 23's BKB, but Heroic, they're seeing a moment to be able to get a Roche, and should be able to get it here.
That should be no problem at all. Even if they knew that this was going on, I don't think Aurora is going to be feeling in any sort of shape to contest this, especially with the ultimates all online again for Heroic. They don't want to fight into this team fight.
And it's cool to point out for Schofield, he's got the Atos now, right? So that extra catch versus these kind of annoying heroes, in particular the Void Spirit. But look at his skill build too. You know, you don't see this too often from the Hoodwinks anymore, but he's gone 1-4-4. So it's about scouting. It's not about his damage. It's about his control. So really cool stuff. I mean, I've seen Schofield go greedy route. I see him go non-greedy. This guy does it all. And K1 now at this point, he has an S and Y. So those catches and stuff, how are you going to lock him down?
Nah, he's going to live. He's going to live between it. Yeah, as you said, the sort of stats and resistance that he's built up. The fact that he's got this Darks here, backing him up with all the buffs, and even the Decrepify and saves from KJ and his Glimmer Cape. Very hard to take this Void down in the middle of a team fight. Jabs. He's going to be lucky that that Bushwhack didn't connect. I guess even if it did, there wasn't any backup, so
he's just taunting him.
Fine indeed, Schofield, just messing around.
That's a typical Schofield play right
just
there. Scare him. Also to point out, K1, he took the Time Dilation talent as well, too. So slow from these Time Dilations.
Yeah, that's quite.
It's a lot. It adds up.
Yeah, I mean, that's saying something. I would have thought K1 out there, especially out the carry players and the greedier players, time lock damage is always very appealing.
Absolutely.
But opting to take that little bit extra slow, that speaks a lot.
Says a lot about how they've transitioned as a team together, because they're owning in this tournament so far. In this game, started a little slow, but it's not bound to happen fully, but it's a bit bound to happen when you've gone this greedy with the draft if the Storm gets shut down. But now things back to even / in their favor. And yeah, Aurora, they're sitting back, they're finishing up these items, but any time that goes on, Heroic is sitting there like, oh yeah.
Oh, they are, yeah. K1,
this is great.
I mean, K1, he pretty much feels that he's already got this one in the bag, I'm sure. He's
I'm sure so.
He's like, lads, we got this.
Yeah, I mean, Storm Void, as the game progresses, gets harder and harder for this type of tempo lineup from Aurora. Even though they have Shadow Demon to get some type of saves versus Chrono, the Storm is going to be able to get that answer versus it. And yeah, these timings, they have BKB now. They've hit more than enough that they need.
Low enough. Touch jumping on the mid. They get the setup. They got the Atos into the Bushwhack. The Vortex drive back. The save will be there. The disruption.
Can he get out?
He's going to get out with the Dissimulate, and he has got one Astral Step left ready to go. In fact, Jabs, he's thinking about turning the fight around. He's going to step up, grab Divine Llama. No follow-up,
Void's coming over.
And indeed, K1 might find a good chance for a Chrono. He's in with the jump. Going to start beating into Jabs.
Time dilation.
That's been caught by the Rupture. They're just going to focus on dealing with the Primal Beast.
Jabs can't move.
Succeed with that, indeed. There's no escape for Jabs. Schofield has got the catch on a +1 there as he's able to grab Ollie underneath the tier 2 with the Bushwhack.
It's 88% movement speed slow because he had all 4 spells on cooldown. Literally running at 100 movement speed. Doesn't even need the Chrono for him. Aurora, everything is just, like you said, falling apart. Everything for Heroic just ticking together faster and faster. And just playing like a team beautifully. They're backing each other up so nicely. At this point now for Aurora, it's difficult to see what their next timing and next move really is. Lorinov is getting closer and closer to Manta. They're getting some items acquired for themselves, but what it's going to do versus the Void in particular, they haven't been able to answer him early. And now he's getting close to BKB and SNY.
I mean, once he has that, finding the lockdown kind of one after another to stop him from getting the BKB off, it's going to feel pretty impossible, it seems, unless they catch him completely isolated.
I mean, the both of them. Killing Analog and the Void at this point is feeling very unlikely. Same thing, I mean, Darkseer doesn't have that BKB, but he's so damn tanky. So, yeah, definitely going to be difficult for them to go through him as well. Killing the supports if they can find them, but they've been playing pretty well with their positioning. Even though KJ has 5 of the deaths, he's gotten a lot done. So 1 minute left of the Aegis too. They'll force the issue on a tier 2. And Aurora, I'm sure they're questioning, like, how do we approach the fight? Oh, 23. Lorinov's going to be the one gone on. Can 23 get out, though?
He's got the BKB. They're ready to fight. He's going to zip up to the high ground. Can they find Lorinov? Ooh, not quite enough damage there. Lorinov's able to TP out.
K1.
So 23 has to put the BKB. K1,
he's found him.
He's happy to drop the chrono for that one. Drops the chrono onto the Bloodseeker. The BKB about to end. Don't get the vacuum drag back. So 23 is actually going to be able to walk away from this one. Not having enough damage this time round in the neighborhood to throw down on Bloodseeker caught in the chrono.
Bit awkward from both sides. But a BKB, of course, used from the Bloodseeker. And they are trapped on their side of the map completely, too, so Heroic just looking to apply pressure. But a chrono wasted for a moment. And one thing definitely that I do have to point out is the Primal Beast thing, right? The Pulverize, it does not get reduced by status reduce. So that could be something that they still have to catch this Void, even though he has SNY. I sometimes forget about that one.
Now that the Aegis has gone, maybe a bit of a window for Aurora to try and set up something.
And it feels like they have to try to punish, right?
I think so. Sitting back and hitting creeps is not going to work against Heroic's lineup.
But how do you kill the, your ideal punishment is like trying to kill the Void, right? But he has BKB available and he's 2,500 HP. You couldn't bring him down in the early game. Yeah, it's just not easy to see the route for Aurora to take advantage of any of these cooldowns. They're going to smoke with 23 with Gleipnir and BKB coming back up, so they're going to try to take advantage of that chrono on cooldown. Which big heroes can they find, though?
KJ and Davai Lama on the front. They get the setup onto KJ. They're going to try and go for the poke down. He's going to get caught and sent out to the side here with the save with the Glimmer Cape and the Lotus. So KJ just walks away from this. Jab will get the grab onto Schofield, but they've already lost Dolly. It's getting a bit messy now for Aurora. 23's trying to get out of this, but he gets caught by the bashes. With the remainder of the BKB has to continue to run. The sharpshooter connects in onto Lorinov. K1's trying to chase. He's in with the time walk slow on 23. Q turns with the punch up. 23. Got the Gleipnir to momentarily hold K1 back, but indeed K1's ready to continue to chase. 23, he's gone.
Oh, this game looks impossible for Aurora completely at this point.
He's going to charge away. I mean, they've caught Lorinov with the bushwhack. Time dilation, it's there again. He's of course got the illusions to be able to take it off with the Manta, but they're just getting chased down one by one. Aurora struggling to bring a team fight together. This all began with that jump that they themselves made around the mid. They see Lorinov and Q. They look back towards K1, but indeed, it feels like they pretty much need the full 5-man to have any chance of taking down the Void, and even then, it's still seemingly very close to being impossible.
Oh, and I really think they just messed up their timings too much in this game. I think their big timing that they had was that Aghanims on the Void Spirit reveal, and they lost that fight. And now Heroic at this point, they're just walking right through them. That fight wasn't even close. Everybody's sitting at, what, 50% HP or above.
I mean, Heroic, we've not caught any of their games.
No, but they're playing so well.
And the wins, right, these guys, great score so far.
Yeah.
Top of the board here in the groups of the playing state. They're looking hot, and they're looking to continue to pad up the number of wins with even more.
Absolutely, and with a Void, right? Something that not anybody else is really doing. Not. And it's a Void who has yet to die and won't die, very likely, unless he just feeds, feels like.
No, I mean, there's a high chance that I'd imagine some of the teams coming in on the next stage, they're probably watching this, and maybe some will be tempted to take a bit of a page out of the book of Heroic. Maybe we'll see more Voids coming in on the next stage.
Maybe. It really is their gameplay, though, right? But we can talk about the heroes, but they've been playing so well as a team. I love the way that they're rotating and covering each other as a 5-man.
Are scanning.
Scan, it connects, it's on 23.
Oh, 23. They're just going to go straight with the Bull Lightning.
They have Chrono.
He does come out in time, but indeed the Chrono's dropped onto 23. Is there any sort of save? There's not. Nobody's coming over to help out. 23 dead for a minute.
And they can't touch anybody because they're running into a Darkseer lineup, so everybody's full HP, they're full covered. It's going to take some monumental throw from Heroic for Aurora to even attempt. And it might be like multiple, I don't even know how many it would be because this lineup just, it tends to play itself now at this point.
Yeah, he's hitting the power spike straight, level 20 on it. He's going to play it safe as well, just fall back for the Lincoln Sphere next, so when he's got that, suddenly that sort of limited amount of control that they may have for the Void, it's going to be very hard to connect onto K1.
Dire's bottom tower.
And super hard for Aurora to just full focus fire any type of target because that, yeah, of course it's fallen behind so much massively, but Ollie can't get in position to use Demonic Purges to remove the decreps. I see Lorinov queuing up Nullifier because he needs something to be able to try to focus these targets, but their damage at this point just isn't there, so. Trying their best to get the itemization to try to deal with this. Bottom. They might just get chronoed.
I mean,
oh, it's not up, sorry.
Yeah, you can kill them without it by the looks of it anyway. He's just going to turn over the wards.
Just auto attacks.
Q's gone.
On
Zip
to the
forward
next.
as well. See if they can catch on the Lorinov. Analog, that last bit of mana, trying to close in. Lorinov's able to turn with the Remnant onto K1, so Lorinov will live.
But back up to full mana. The beauty of the Pugna Storm.
They can continue to clean up the tier 2s. Heroic.
Aurora's still trying. You can see they're trying to make these kind of cool plays on the side, but yeah, with the deficit they're at, they always will lose more than they gain out of the move. Because Heroic's just fast. They're so fast to respond to every move I've seen this game.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, their team play is looking fantastic.
Yeah, honestly.
Sort of the handling of these team fights, and very rarely we're seeing any of Heroic's members get caught out alone. Sure, kind of the laning stage, the early rotations, but from that onwards, it really was recovered. You know, you've got to remember that Analog, he was getting shut down heavily. He kind of didn't hit his level 6 until like nearly 8 minutes into the game, but now he's up there top 2 net worth, making a beautiful recovery on the Storm.
Yeah, just 15 minutes of utter dominance really from the side of Heroic in every single one of the team fights. K1, I mean, Lincoln's is almost going to be there. Roche is ready for the take-in. 13K lead. You can see Aurora. I mean, their posture kind of says a lot about how they feel. So difficult for them to play fighting outside the base. Might have to just look for some crazy high ground defenses.
And even that's going to be hard. There will be no favor really from kind of all 3 cores of just jumping the high ground and setting up the fight beyond the tier 3.
Yeah, it's kind of like Storm jumps, finds Shadow Demon,
just go in.
Void just jumps in, Chronos whoever's in his face, the Bloodseeker ideally, but if it's anybody else in the front line, that's perfectly fine. Well, for Aurora, oh god, I don't know, right? They have to like, it's outplaying the team fights really, hope for a dive, because their damage is just lackluster at this point.
For stepping up, but Jabs will be able to walk away.
Analog also hunting with his regen. Can't find anything, but they have 4 minutes of Aegis luxury to just look for even, maybe potentially pushing. Do they have the Meteor? Is he going to go actually the Meteor Hammer on the Storm? I imagine so. So they could look to use that as well to siege a bit. He's got the Hex first, very early, even though Analog, as we said, you know, first 10 minutes were rough for him. If you look at his game, if you look at him now, it doesn't look like he did have that rough start.
No, not at all.
And this Hex is going to make Lorinov's life even more miserable. I mean, more miserable, I say that. Lorinov is actually 5-1-5. He's had a pretty good game, but he just hasn't been able to do enough on this Void Spirit with the way that
Dire's structures.
Vailama playing on the far right side to catch the smoke if they do try to go for a wraparound. They'll go for a kickback.
They do. They get the follow-up on K1. They're able to burst him.
Oh, wow.
Okay. I mean, if they could keep this going, that's a huge way to start the fight there. 100-0 in the Faceless Void. I mean, even Analog, he's out of mana. Sure, he's got the Aegis. They might be able to take it down at once. Yeah, he's got enough mana to zip out there with the greaves being popped.
Another kickback.
But Vailama, but indeed, another play to set up for another kill. Potentially Schofield trying to run,
Oh,
but they
that's so
caught
cool.
him. Beautiful stuff here from Q. I mean, at a point where one bad team fight or one high ground defense could have meant the end of the game for Aurora, Q, he keeps the game alive.
And they get the, honestly, chain CC perfectly. They had the Aether Remnant prepped down already. They get the catch as well. Another kickback.
Ice setting up again. Q. Lad. Normally do crazy things kind of from the beginning, from like the laning and the early impact, but this game he kind of said, well, you know what? I'm going to bring the game back. I'm going to keep it clutch when we most need it. And in these last sort of moments that could have been potentially very close to the end of the game. That was a high ground push coming in from Heroic around this Aegis. As I say, if Aurora take a bad defense there, it could have been game over.
No, absolutely. K1 maybe now looking like, you know, we did mention sieging in the very beginning of this one is going to be a problem a bit there, but
Let's check this out again.
that was sick how they
I think
executed
pretty
it.
much he only just picked up the axe right before this defense, being a deep kickback onto K1 in a position where the rest of Heroic just could not get over to help him out.
Heroic back to looking to fight though.
K1 starts hitting buildings again and look for the kickback.
Or if you have vision, I think it's getting wards outside so you can see if Heroic is split up at all. Because then you can actually get the kickback and isolate heroes. It's still very difficult to execute for Q, but if he's able to do this, that would be absolutely remarkable.
You would certainly imagine, though, after that sort of play happens once, you don't let yourself get caught by that again.
I would imagine not, but
You're going to have much better preparation.
eventually you do have to hit these towers, though. And the sieging is just, it is lackluster unless you like send your Pugna, as you were saying earlier. I just have KJ try to siege, or maybe Meteor Hammer Storm, but...
I mean, I was going to say, is that what you want to see next, really, on Analog? Just go for the Meteor Hammer, tap
That's
that
what
pressure.
they used to do, right? Because it's very efficient with the Kai anyway, but... Might just be that they just look for a fight on Heroic, and honestly, Aurora's the one coming outside looking for a fight themselves. They'll see the blood right laid down, so they should have an idea of where the positioning is.
Yeah, and Analog definitely having a different idea to, as you say, the other Storms, just going for the Ashikaya as the upgrade rather than the Meteor Hammer this game.
No? Okay, interesting. I don't think I've seen too many of that. Okay, they're smoking up. They want to battle. Outside the base, I would say, still difficult for Aurora. Like they do still need a bit of a surprise to isolate these heroes. And there is a regen on the Storm too, so Analog is quite scary. Q.
Dire's bottom tower.
Can he get himself out on this Tusk? The vacuum does catch him.
Oh, that's a good vacuum from Vailama. Drops the wall down as well. They want Q gone.
It almost feels like he's the most important one.
It is. You take that Tusk and his kick and you take it out of the game.
Yeah, 45 seconds that they have without him. Roche spawning in about 90.
Ready to go again.
He's in.
Another grab. Ollie needs to fight through this. Bushwhack's going to catch him. Ollie.
He's still alive.
Wait,
the cleanse.
He's actually walking
The
away for
cleanse.
this. Jabs has charged across. I mean, Ollie. He had no right to survive that, but he did.
K1.
He gets to walk away. K1 is...
Oh, what's going on? That is a interesting pause time.
Does K1 go again? Does he go deeper or not?
No.
Nah.
Ollie lived
was tempted.
because of the demonic cleanse there. Really nicely done.
How low did he get? He got very, very low.
I think it was like 10 HP.
Yeah.
Sub 20, if I saw correctly. K1, that forces the glyph. 5 seconds for Tusk. K1's like, okay, I'm out.
No, cute. Back up. I'm ready for the defense. Time to probably back up and hold things out until the Roshan.
Yeah, wait for Roche, check for Bruins. Almost level 25 on the Void as well.
I mean, that sort of play coming in last time round, do you actually probably give the Aegis to K1 next time?
It could be possible.
Yeah.
Storm is like the best Aegis carrier, but if Void's your Sieger, you have to give it to him.
I think so, right?
They're smoked up looking for the fight first.
Because if K1 had the Aegis last time round, that defense would not have worked.
Absolutely. Then they probably wouldn't kick him in though, right? But
True, I guess.
maybe. I mean, I don't know.
They
So
may
many
have had to
theory
further they go for it anyway.
Yeah.
And maybe, but yeah, it would have been a hard call to make for sure for Aurora.
Because then the Storm can play to zip in aggressively and potentially. Yeah, I mean, it's difficult to say, but Heroic continuing to claim this high ground. Aurora claiming their opposite high ground. Both looking to get the fight off of just catching one person first, especially for Aurora. Okay, we're going to start getting the push going, and there is no glyph. There's no creep wave either, though, so. Fair enough.
Oh, not going to grab him.
He's got a fresh BKB, so he feels a bit safer to go forward there.
That should be time for Heroic to check Roshan. I guess it's going to move down to the bottom right hand corner of the map.
Aurora's going to start setting up for it.
Yeah, they are indeed.
Do you make the call that you just go for the Rax as a Heroic, and then you make them choose between going for Roche and losing a Rax?
Yeah, I mean, I think I like that.
I mean, there's choices, right?
Push the racks, get them to back off, and then you can just back off, go for your twin gate or something.
Yeah, I think that's probably going to be the call from Heroic here, because they know it's going to be up soon.
And they know that there's no way that Aurora's lineup takes Roshan quickly. They just don't do that.
No, absolutely. So yeah, this
just hit the base.
And look, they're actually going to have KJ blasted a bit here. They're going to throw all the protection onto K1. As soon as they force heroes back, they smoke, and then they're going to look for the play. So yeah, exactly that.
Go Rush.
Nicely done.
Amplify damage rune as well. Analog, he'll grab that for the bottle.
K1, backtrack is online. Potentially could live versus some of those big jumps. But I believe there actually is a Aghanims on the Primal Beast, so never mind. They can actually break it.
I mean, I think as well, if you're Aurora, do you want to go out for this Roche?
Like fighting outside, I feel like is a lot scarier for them.
Yeah, I think you might have to just let them have it. Wait until the high ground, look for the kickbacks.
Owen, you say look for the kickbacks. I'm seeing Lincolns now on the Darks here. They have the Lincolns on the Void. I see a Hoodwink, I believe. All right, I saw another person queuing it up. They're queuing up all the Lincolns.
Okay.
So they're going to have quad Lincolns that you're going to have to try to go through, perhaps.
Yeah, they might just have to take the risk here, Aurora. They're heading out.
Heroic's looking for the fight. They're playing around this vision right now. As soon as they reveal.
Oh, jabs.
Vacuum.
Yeah, it's going to get them up on the cliff. Jabs and 23, they're kind of stuck up
there.
They
are actually just straight up stuck.
K1's going to put the BKB. He's going to get kicked out to the side, but he's ready to jump back in with the Time Warp.
Hey, 23 is just stuck.
He's just chilling on the cliff.
He's got to watch.
K1 is ready to start beating into 23. He's just stuck there. There's nowhere for him to go. He's gone.
Oh, Divine Llama, that was so sick. The both of them just trapped. The Arteezy treatment, as they used to say.
I mean, that was... You know, it was always a risk fighting outside the base.
It was.
Many things that could have gone wrong, but I don't think 23 was accounting for finding himself ending up on top of a cliff.
And he spent his gold on. He did buy that Eternal Shroud, so he's dead for 70, so could see several sets of Raxes drop.
All right. I mean, it definitely felt like this game may have been over anyway.
It felt like quite a long time ago.
He went all in, had to try something, which is fair play. And indeed now, the base is going to get taken. Heroic in on the bottom lane, and they're ready to swing around for more, I would imagine.
And they can go to back. Roche.
I guess
they play safe.
Play the super safe way. I respect that.
Because they're going to pick up what? They're going to pick up two more Lincolns as well, plus a Roche, and then at that point.
And this is with a refresher shard, and you probably give that to... Should you give it to K1?
He didn't even have to use Chrono in that fight. I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Maybe give it to Davai Lama. He's still got slots to play with, really. Take out a Bracer, get the refresher in.
You can argue for a lot of them, yeah. Even the Storms can be very good because the BKB and Hex and stuff, so yeah, we'll have to see. Aurora, they're going to try to make their way out. They still have 14 seconds, no Bloodseeker. And it's already gone.
Right, it's gone. Aegis going K1 this time? It is. K1's got the Aegis, he's ready for the kickbacks.
And who'd they end up giving that refresher shot to? It is going to be the Darks here, so.
K1.
He wants them right now.
He's got very little to fear right now. Oh, jabs.
Jabs.
Coming to BKB here at the start of it all. K1 jumps in, they're going to be able to find the supports. They get the jump onto Ollie. Ollie out of the fight.
They're on the Pugna.
Now Ollie's going to buy back immediately. They have taken the Pugna down, but now comes the Chrono out to 23 and onto jabs. Pushback to follow up. The damage isn't really coming out though, it seems, from K1, as 23 is able to survive through the Chrono. Down by Lama, caught by the drag back from the
Now
Remnant.
the damage is
There's
coming.
the vacuum though. Down by Lama to get the 3-man vacuum wall down, and K1, he's ready to start cleaning up. Jabs is gone. They did manage to get a couple of kills out of this fight, Aurora, but it's just not quite enough.
No, not quite enough. For the double wall, too much to deal with. They find kind of the supports. K1, he got broken while he chronoed, so there's no bashes coming in. So his damage looked a bit pathetic, but it ended up being just fine anyway. 23 can't really do much. Lorinoff and Q, honestly, I feel like they tried their absolute hardest this game. They almost were able, kind of almost able to do it in the early game. Lorinoff is 9-1 in this game, and they're still unable to take any of these later fights. No, not quite enough. For the double wall, too much to deal with. They find kind of the supports. K1, he got broken while he chronoed, so there's no bashes coming in. So his damage looked a bit pathetic, but it ended up being just fine anyway. 23 can't really do much. Lorinoff and Q, honestly, I feel like they tried their absolute hardest this game. They almost were able, kind of almost able to do it in the early game. Lorinoff is 9-1 in this game, and they're still unable to take any of these later fights.
Another buyback to come out. Jabs. What can they do? They do have the 3 versus 3 situation. They get the kickback.
Into the grab.
He's got this Aegis, K1. Can they even take the Aegis out of him? They're going to get him low, but not low enough. K1's able to jump out with the time warp. Will stand his ground for a bit with the Satanic. Backup coming in from Schofield as well, ready to help K1
He's fine.
out. They just can't bring this Void down, even the ones.
Radiant structures are fortified.
It's K1. Keeping the push going. Tier 3 gone.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
20 seconds and so till 23's back in. Jump over Void and Lorna, but he's
Hex.
and he gets caught by the Hex. Not going to be able to get the Vortex follow up this time round. He's able to put the Manta, turn over towards K1. Remnant grab there on towards the Void, but the time warp's back out.
Yeah, they keep breaking him, but they can't actually bring him down low enough by any means to do much of anything.
Not quite getting Mega Creep though yet.
Not just yet.
Still have the rest of the middle set and that top set alive.
Still 3 minutes on Aegis though, and they have a refresher, I believe, finished up on the Void if you'd like to purchase it. And he does.
He'll go all in. He feels safe with the coverage of the Aegis still there. He can spend up.
Lorinoff, he's got the dream kind of queued up. He's hoping.
He's close.
He needs 25 with it though. That's maybe the potential of the comeback, but...
Do you say, he can't really sell anything, right? I could sell the bottle in the treads if he wants to buy it now.
Maybe he does have to do that, to be honest with you, because I don't know how they hold for the last defense even without it.
That's a nice creep wave top. Very close to being
very close.
He's TPing back to base, so it's going to be a bit awkward
He's got
getting that rapier back.
He's got courier, yeah.
Okay,
He's sneaking it.
How's the vision looking? I guess he'll be careful with the way that the courier comes back.
Yeah, because he's got the relic, so he can just get the demon edge and send it. Okay, let's see if they're able to do it with the rapier.
The kicks. Oh, it was Lotus though. So he's only ended up kicking himself right into the middle of Heroic. The Chrono's out. There's a buyback available from Q. As he got the damage, his defensive disruption coming out onto 23 is going to give him a bit of a chance, but the 3-man vacuum wall is laid down. 23 is still alive though.
He can't do damage. 23, he just has to run.
Jabs charges forward. Lorinoff's able to jump in his way. He's ready to play aggressive.
That's
with
a
the
rapier.
Divine Rapier. See if he's got enough damage. He's able to bring down Scope for another astral step. I think pretty much across the 3 of them there from this Lorinoff Void Spirit.
There's another Chrono.
Oh, he wants that rapier. He's going to look over towards Lorinoff, trying to take down Jabs first. Now he turns toward the Void Spirit. Lorinoff going to get off another jump over towards KJ, brings down the Pugna.
Hey, Lorinoff's still alive.
And Lorinoff's kind of doing it. Analog, he's running low on the mana. Lorinoff is going to see if he can maybe find the jump over towards Analog. Analog on the retreat. He's trying to run. He'll get away.
The bashes.
Off to the side. He's got the man to quickly able to remove that time dilation. Analog, he's out. He TP's away.
Satanic, 23. He won't be so lucky.
Can Lorinoff help out 23? He can't. Lorinoff's going to bail out of this one, jump away. It's just that he's trying his best.
So hard.
He's trying his best here, Lorinoff, to carry the boys. 11, 1, and 6. Getting kills in these seemingly impossible fights.
Look at the Divide spamming the Bloodseeker illusion damage, doing it back to him. It was a good attempt there from Lornoff getting like the wraparound. As you said, I think he got like a 4-man astral step or something.
He got some big angles on that.
If he had 25 talent, perhaps it could have actually been enough to maybe push him over, but either way, it's...
I mean, they should have another fight in them. The Mega Creeps are out.
Let's see what Lornoff can do.
Maybe K1 could just end.
He could, but it's almost 25. Come on, Lornoff. At least get the 25 so we can see the damage.
How close is it? Ollie, stay out of XP range.
Look, he's lining it up.
Yeah, stay out of XP range, Ollie.
Jumps in.
Jump in the mid, biggest call by the hex. He needs saving, he needs it now.
Oh, he's
Ollie's
going down.
able to get over to help him out. He's not.
GG.
GG is called. Heroic will take this game 1.
In a pretty convincing fashion, I'd say. Yeah, first 10 to 12 minutes, Aurora having a good time, but a couple deaths that really compounded massively. And honestly, the one who really didn't feel that pressure at all, it feels like, was Hector. Honestly, K1 played amazing this game, just dodging every single much anymore. This could be pretty interesting. Again, a massive amount of team fight on both sides that they've both gone for.
I mean, what do you make of it as well? How do you rate the safe lane sniper?
I'm not sure, to be honest with you, because there's a lot of heroes to get on top of him. And when I see that, I'm usually pretty concerned for the snipers. So I think the Pango, the Brewmaster, they have their work cut out for them, but these are the ideal heroes that you want for something like Sniper. So if they can keep him protected, then perhaps it can have success. But if they get on top of him, definitely worries. And yeah, we see a lot of built-in ways to be able to get on top of him. The Monkey King, innate ways to jump in, rebound as well. Phoenix being able to dive in too, so... See how much they can actually do to protect 23, and how well his lane's going to go. Because it is a Sniper plus an ET versus Enigma, so those Eidolons, they're going to buff up the ET as well. Sniper also can keep it a distance and provide shrapnels for the ET and blah, blah, blah. So, could be a pretty good lane for 23 also. We'll just have to see how it goes. It's very strong lanes across the board, I think, that we've seen grabbed up. I would say Heroic, probably a bit of the stronger lanes, because they got this final Monkey King pick versus the Pango. But Lornoff's been playing, honestly, Lornoff's been playing absolutely incredible on Aurora. See how much he can do on the Pango.
Yeah, it will be a bit of an interesting lane match up for him. Not one that I imagine he's laning into every day, the Monkey King.
Yeah, not so much anymore. And I'm looking forward to see how much Analog is going to do with the movement, too, because he has the Simian stride, so he can easily just get to another lane in seconds. So could just make those early rotations if he sees a moment to do so versus the Pango. Any interesting facets that we have seen taking? I don't believe so. It's just the ghillie suit taking from the Sniper, which is the kind of the standard one. They didn't go for the fast shrapnel. Pretty bad talent, even though sometimes it can work. Or facet, sorry.
And then on that top lane, anything crazy going to be going on up here?
I think this is the closest lane. This is the one that's just going to be constant battles for me. Because this Hoodwink overall just is the best trader in the game, and Phoenix can sometimes suffer versus that high physical damage of something like a Hoodwink.
KJ getting very low there to the trade of Q.
It's bound to happen versus Hoodwink. It's very difficult to trade with this hero. He's got a salve, so he'll be able to heal himself back up as long as he doesn't get it canceled.
Now we'll be able to take a little bit of the remainder of that salve off. So Q continuing to keep KJ low.
See how Lornoff can endure this pressure. I mean, it's the first wave. Analog kind of owned it already. And he's standing on his hill, which is never what you want as this melee versus melee matchup.
Well, at least able to withstand some of the trade with the shield.
He's going to, I mean, this is going to be a pretty one-sided matchup, so one that we...
All right, well, I guess last game we saw Analog make the recovery from a rough mid. We'll see if this time Lornoff can do the same for Aurora.
His hero overall for the game is quite nice. It's just if he's so far behind in the laning phase and he just can die to some type of like, Monkey King just hitting him with some big boundlesses, could be problems. And Lornoff, I mean, Analog is playing it perfectly. He's got the Jingu stacks again. He's going to get all the denies, so it's going to be real slow for Lornoff. And these frontliners need to have a pretty good game to protect the Sniper, I would say.
And I guess this was something that you would sort of be making the switch of putting the Sniper mid and like the Pango safe lane being too crazy of a move.
I thought they might because it would have been a Pango versus the Enigma as well too, and you can clear the Eidolons. I actually think they maybe could have considered it, but they went for keeping it like this, and they're going to have to deal with the repercussions.
They're going to have no mid.
They're going to have pretty much no mid until I mean, for quite some time, and it's going to be pretty fragile as well versus a lot of physical damage. And bottom lane, yeah, Sniper and ET, they have ways if people make mistakes to go for some type of kills and stuff, but this lane, it's tested a lot of times so far. It's K1.
Oh, let's see if they can take him down. I mean,
Q might die himself.
I think he will with the dive forward from KJ. They've got the damage. They get the kill.
And he gets the Lotus as well. He's got Fire Spirits back up to trade.
I mean, they could try and go for jabs.
I think they're going to get jabs.
Oh, they
Semi-close.
See if jabs can walk this off to get the Rift to drag him back. Another Spirit laid down by KJ. It's going to tick jabs down pretty low. But still not a fun trade for jabs to find himself a part of.
No, not at all. Lornoff has 6 last hits right now to the 16 and 9 of Analog. I mean, this last pick.
It does feel like maybe they should have made that lane switch around as much as they may have not wanted to play it.
Yeah, because even bottom,
what do you do?
If they make a mistake down here, honestly, these heroes can die. ET and Sniper can definitely die versus the Eidolons and this Marcy too.
So far, it's just looking like this Pango into Monkey King is unplayable.
It really is. So they're gonna have to start. They're gonna have to get like the Brewmaster in particular to try to get the recovery out of it because yeah, this Pango's game is. Yeah, it's just non-existent. So maybe even support movements, but you can't really leave these side laners alone. Yeah, this is brutal.
21 and 12 against the 8-1. It's
a big difference.
Very rarely you see that level of CS difference at 4 minutes in the mid.
At the very least, you know, they are slowing down K1 CS up top, even though they were able to get those type of kills. So the Brew does have that good farm. But yeah, this Pango's game is going to be very difficult to recover versus so much physical. Analog he's literally still sitting on his hill, Owen. And you see it on the mini-map. Lornoff just walks up and just eats a ton of damage every time.
It's getting very close to Analog being able to even kill him.
He's doing good. I think he's dodged the majority of those shield crash damages too, so he's, besides needing to even use the lifesteal, he just keeps himself up. And he keeps the wave on the hill, so great lane control from Analog.
What do you do?
That 1K lead.
What does this Pango do?
Literally, that 1K lead is the Monkey King versus the Pango right now. So, gonna have to be a rotation. I mean, Q is the one to probably look at to make that rotation, but this Monkey King's not gonna be squishy. He won't be fragile by any means with this type of start. So yeah, let's see what Lornoff looks to do. I'm not too certain. Bottom, they're even making a move. KJ, it's spotted by a ward, so not going to be able to find anything just yet, but they're going to maybe see the move. Schofield decides not to. He's 23, considering the jump. I don't know, this lane doesn't even look good for Sniper. I gotta be honest, though. I thought it would go a bit better for him with the ET, but hasn't been able to even touch an Eidolon because of the fear of just getting rebounded and thrown back into them.
Yeah, they're really looking to dive.
Yeah, he sees them too with the ward, so he might just get caught anyway. TPs are coming in.
They've got to. They can't allow 23 to go down here. I mean, Q, can he keep him safe? He's got the bushwhack to hold back Davai Lama on the Enigma.
Big damage on Ollie.
Let's see them chase down Davai Lama. They should be able to take him down with a couple of punches. They will. They'll bring down Davai Lama, but 23, he's still having to deal with Schofield and KJ.
They got who they wanted. Of course, it's a trade, but they got the Sniper. The carry does go down. Bushwhack does miss too. Schofield is able to get away from it. And Analog is in the area. If they keep chasing, he actually might just be able to chase anyway with the Simeon. Q. Big damage.
Easy kill. Couple of swipes and the hoodwink's gone.
He might even continue chasing for Ollie here.
He knows he's around. And I think he just caught vision of him.
He did. And Ollie's trying to maybe go for some wisdom rune stuff.
That's a good spot that he's hiding in, actually, Ollie. But Analog, he's pretty thorough with his search, and he will have seen him there. And he will have seen him again. I mean, Ollie, it's good effort from Ollie to dodge that.
It was nice try.
He nearly gets away with it, but they'll find him.
Made him work for it a little bit, but yeah, in the end, does find the kill. Lornoff's probably like, good job, man. I got like 30 seconds to hit some creeps in the mid lane, my man.
He's hyping up about that, indeed. He finally gets a bit of space.
A little bit. I mean, anything that you can get at this point, but looking at the lanes, now the CK has actually started to catch up also. Lornoff looking to make a move. Just get caught by the stun.
Yeah, good stun from K1's going to stop the start of this, but they still get the bushwhack in upon him. And K1, he should be brought down as the final touch there from Q takes him out.
Okay, nice move, Lornoff. Yeah, space being made by the little ET dances so that Lornoff can make the move up there, punish. But now, Analog has found his way top jabs, no ulti.
So they can take him out. It's good sleep
nice
from
stop.
Ollie. Actually, with the
Now
bushwhack,
Schofield.
they'll be able to turn a few punches into it. Q takes him down.
Ollie's gone actually 3 points in Astral Spirit. You don't see this too often on the 5-position ETs. Feeling like he needs to bring in the damage for his team, and right there working in. I don't know if we'll see Ollie do the same build that we saw from him the other day, though. Where he had the small crit, which is really funny, but definitely could see some type of boots of bearing or something along those lines this game. I feel like any type of amp up that they can go for to give 23 is going to be pretty necessary. This is a level 4 sniper. It's nearly past 8 minutes in. And he's going to lose his tower. So access to the jungle is going to be opened up as well if they would like to try to find him. It's going to be a slow start for 23. On a hero that I'm unsure how good this hero even is right now.
Davai Lama, he's going to be looking to get that blink online as soon as he can now after these early auras with the Vlads.
Yep, just jump into the back lines, find that sniper, or blink and catch the Pango during the roll or catch the Brew. A lot of different opportunities that Davai can go for with this build. It's only that 1K lead, but it really is just that difference between the mids that is so massive. And Lorinov should be okay.
Tries to scare Davai Lama, but Davai Lama doesn't seem to be too scared at all. Has backup. Top lane jabs.
Good connection.
They get the bushwhack set up onto K1. Doesn't want to go in with the split though as of yet.
Good wards right now at the moment placed. That one defensive ward that Aurora does have, it keeps spotting Analog's movements. So I think that's probably one of the more important things for the early game is just make sure they know what this Monkey King is because he is the most threatening hero on the map. So right now making some good aggressive moves at least to pressure K1 when they know that the Monkey King's not up top. Giving 23 some breathing room. But how fast does a sniper farm in comparison to a CKO? And this is going to be the question. I feel like the CK can just pop Phantasm every single usage, get his armlet online. Sniper matching that type of momentum doesn't feel that possible. Not the new sniper.
It feels very difficult, yeah.
Just the pace of farm is so much faster for something like a CK. So Aurora looking to get active. Haste Rune on Lorinov. Playing around their primal split as well.
Ready to dive in.
And with their big ultis, they're strong. K1, armlet's almost finished up and they're starting to make the move over. Breaks the smoke, Analog back in the tree. He's just so good at breaking smokes. I mean, this hero, the Simeon Stride. He'll get scouted by a Kobold. He'll be able to kill it, though. And they're just getting a lot out of the map of farm. This Enigma's just chilling. Sniper catching up, though. So maybe with the Wishing Well and with just spamming Shrapnel on double camps, can match the farm a little bit here. He actually is doing that, so.
Good stack to be cleared up by Ollie and Lorinov. Still, what have we got?
Lorinov has the old school build queued up on.
Oh, the old diffusal.
He's got the diffuse. I have not seen a diffusal since the patch.
Okay, I mean, yeah, let's keep the viewers up to scratch. Why has this been a build that's been strayed away from?
Less strikes on the Swashbuckle,
so the mana burn is just
not as powerful.
No.
Not as much as it used to be before, and now Echo Saber just seems to be much more valuable because you're playing more around Shield Crash than you are on your Swashes.
True.
Interesting.
What do you think he feels the value of having that little bit of mana burn is this game? What's he looking at?
It's very annoying for something like CK.
Sure.
CK does have a pretty bad mana pool in the early game, so maybe looking to just be able to kind of snowball some fights where they just can out-resource them.
Okay.
Could be kind of interesting. I just haven't seen it in some time, so see if that does end up working too. Jabs. His Radiance is going to be a good timing, so they will always have good answers coming from him in particular versus that CK. Heroic farming just a little bit better, but Aurora, they are recovering.
And does the build sort of change beyond the diffusal if he goes to the diffusal first?
I'm not sure. I'm curious, really. I mean, he might still just go... I don't think he'll go Echo Saber anymore because of it. He might just go Blink Dagger afterwards, but we'll have to see. Even Marcy can be, I mean, not as annoyed. I mean, it really is just like CK mostly. CK and Phoenix a little bit, but these heroes, I mean, Phoenix at least always will be able to have the mana.
I mean, how much mana is it you burn then? With what is it? 3 strikes?
It's pretty underwhelming on.
So you're burning 120 mana.
Yeah. Unless you swash through them, and then you can do the 4th strike.
Sure.
That one still does work, but that's kind of suicide a lot of the time. So, but yeah, it's not that much anymore.
He's going to have it pretty soon.
Yeah, he's getting time to sit back and farm after the Monkey King had a absolutely crazy advantage over him. He's only now 600, 700 behind over where Analog is, so. They've gone to slow things down, get these items and jabs. He's gonna. It feels like he's gonna have the Radiance for the next fight, and that could be difficult for Heroic to deal with, perhaps.
Talking about the Radiance, is this the build?
Radiance on the Monkey King. This was the old Thompson, right? The one that he used to do when he was playing the mid sometimes with the Monkey King a long time ago.
This is what the Radiance into the Ags, and you're leaving the monkeys around that are just going to farm whilst you step away from them.
I guess so, yeah. I mean, the Radiance is going to be effective because it's mostly physical damage on the side of Aurora early. So, okay.
All right, I'm excited to see it.
I mean, it's just he wants a farming item, so he wants to just sit back and farm rather than going down the style of something like the Gleipnir.
I mean, the Gleipnir is pretty good, right?
I feel like we had this exact same talk the other day about with the Ember Spirit, too.
That's dude, imagine it. Maybe he's going to do the same build. You know?
Well, the Ember had a blade mail in between, but I don't think you'll ever see a Monkey King with a blade mail. So.
Well, I've done it.
Yeah, he lost that game.
Yeah. Oh no, let's see. So yeah, again, interesting approach. Every reason to believe it's going to work because of how good Heroic's track record has been so far.
No, absolutely.
Let's see what Analog has got cooking. But yeah, making good time on it.
Yeah, but it's giving time for the Aurora to just chill back and catch back up. That's the thing about what you say about the Radiance, right? We'll see if the farming item pays off. Because Heroic maybe just feels like they're going to outscale. But you are playing versus an ET lineup. We'll see.
Well.
I feel like Heroic is just a little bit happier just sitting back and farming, though, because they're getting the Orchids for timings. Sure. They've got an Enigma for the super late game and stuff like that, even though they are versus like ET Sniper and all that.
It's always going to, in this game, you know, at the end of the day, if they just jump and kill the Sniper at any point, they probably win the game.
Yeah, exactly. So it is a 4 protect 1, essentially.
I think they feel like they're kind of chilling. You know, and if this is a game to try stuff out, this would be it. So, you know, Analog going to go for the Radiance, and instead excited to see what he does after. I imagine it will be the Radiance into Ags, but that could be quite greedy.
I feel like it could be quite greedy. I kind of want to think. I think I want to see like a Radiance into a BKB, since he's versus Pango and Brewmaster.
Nah, get out of here.
Yeah, I guess because you're so greedy.
Radiance Ags.
It's fine. I don't know. Whatever. I feel like they have a timing around like their BKB if they do Radiance BKB and they fight with CK and Blink Enigma and stuff like that. But maybe he does just go full greedy. Who knows? The game has slowed down that much that it could just be. It's 4-3. There hasn't been kills, and when was the last kill?
Quite a while ago, right?
It was like 8 minutes ago. 8 minutes ago or something.
That's half the game ago. Yeah. There's your Midas on KJ.
Yeah, sit back and farm.
I'm surprised K1 hasn't gone. You know what, boys? I'm going to buy Midas as well.
And yeah, Lornoff does cue the blink, the blink post defusal. So as expected, he wants to have that follow up with the Brewmaster and all that to be able to get on top of these heroes. And I feel like Aurora is going to hit a good timing before. Like I think their timing is actually pretty much now to be able to fight back versus Heroic, because they've got this Radiance finished up on jabs. They have some good timings on their items.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Okay, I'm sure he's just over the moon, just being able to sit back and farm and get a full Orchid, Armlet. Got pressured a little bit in laning phase, but no longer. But I mean, 23 is probably thinking the same. He's like, I got pressured a bit in laning phase, but now I'm just a Maelstrom Sniper jungling.
And they're going to not try and push this tier 1 top. They don't want to try and go for any sort of crazy play. Aurora themselves also, I guess, feeling that they can kind of settle down, get the progress done on the carries, 23.
I mean, maybe they both just feel like they can just play for the scaling, because one of them has a Hoodwink on one side also for the 4-position scale. The other one has a Marcy, probably the two best 4-position scaling heroes in Dota. Now this will be interesting once all the clashes of when both teams feel like their itemization is hit.
Yeah. It definitely just seems riskier for Aurora in the
It
sense
does
that
with the
sniper, he gets jumped, he
And
gets
he just
killed.
dies. And there's
Then
going to
what are
be...
you gonna do?
Yeah, and they already have built-in ways to jump him, so... Yeah, it does feel a little bit riskier, but we'll see. It's going to be down to execution at this point when the networks are starting to get so close like this. They are sitting behind 23. Now they're looking to play with timing. It does feel like for Aurora, they are a little bit stronger at the moment with this Radiance timing. So since they don't have the Radiance just set on analog, but it's actually
It's
about to
very
be finished. So
close.
now
I mean,
he's going to have that one, and then
yeah.
they probably have the advantage in the fight. So
I'm very likely to have it ready for the next fight.
no real way to start fight on Aurora either. So Lornoff wants to finish up the Blink first, because if they make the go and Divide Llama's in a good position to counter-initiate with Blink Black Hole, could prove to be an instant disaster for Aurora. And they are getting out efficiency on the map. It is going toward the side of Heroic. That Midas and everything, it's adding up.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
Any Philosopher Stones? I'm checking around. We'll have to see when those tier 2s get
Radiant
grabbed.
structures are fortified.
Only Jab's holding on to it now. I mean, when a Brewmaster's grabbing a Philly, you know this game state.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Just keep on farming.
Farming, farming, farming.
Radiant's
I'm
middle
just
tower
eyes on sort of
is
analog to see what he queues up next after this Radiance.
Yeah, let's see who's right. So you or me.
What, Ags or BKB?
Ags or BKB.
Let's have a look. See what he's feeling.
It's gonna be neither.
Gleipnir. Back for Gleipnir.
Probably. They're gonna just get a Roche for free. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
With Aegis.
Well-
Honestly, also KJ going for this Midas is pretty smart too, just besides the gold. Look at his level.
Nice, super high.
Level 12
already.
Phoenix. It's a level 10 Divine Llama, so the egg, Sniper is your one to hit the egg, but he might have to take too much time to hit the egg. Also, since they're starting to get all these levels built up.
No, he's just going to go for Manta.
All right. Well, that
That's
is still
cool.
greedy, so
Yeah.
I'll give you that one.
Sure, extra bit of farm with the
Dire's
illusions.
middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, maybe they just literally feel like they just sit back, farm.
I think
chill.
this
Yeah,
is going to
that
be
is
an
it.
Aegis and farm
Yep.
Aegis. It's not necessarily going to be an Aegis and enter the enemy side of the map. Just keep on farming.
Yep, KJ, Midas. Waiting for the bigger creeps. Phoenix farms very fast, too. I mean, KJ's actually going to become the 4 position way faster than either the Hoodwink or the Marcy.
Absolutely, with this Midas, absolutely.
Yeah.
With the and the
Midas
fact,
and Hotspot. He's got the built-in mini Radiance, right,
That's
with
true.
his facet, so. It's happened to kill in 12
Dire's
minutes.
top tower is under attack.
on the plus side, at this pace, it does mean it's likely we might get some crazy late game with some like Sniper Rapier. We just got to sit back and relax.
Yeah, just wait 20 minutes. 20 more minutes, then we got to wait for that one.
There's a smoke.
Dire's
All right.
top tower
I got
is
it.
under attack.
See if they want to use it.
I think this is the slowest tier 1s I'm seeing drop. Dude, this the tier 1 top is still alive. Okay, they'll finally get it.
Dire's
Heroic's
top
just been able to
tower
sit
is
back,
falling.
farm. K1.
I'm saying there's a chance Analog might get tempted to buy something else. He's like,
I think so
we
too.
ain't doing anything. We've got 2k gold. Don't go for a man to go for something more exciting. Oh, might see a bit of action here. They found the Phoenix and they're able to burst it.
It's a big
KJ
kill.
not able to get the egg off in time as they keep him fully controlled.
It's a good kill because of how rich he is, right? And how many
Yeah.
levels it is. So it's a good chunk of experience and gold going their way.
And Lornoff continue to be not that far behind the farm of the Monkey King.
Yeah, 700 gold change and 1300 XP. So not too shabby.
Let's go on Analog, do something crazy. He continues to hold gold on this Monkey King.
He's probably just going to go the Manto and
Oh,
he's going to play for the
come on.
farm. They're smoking down bottom. They're trying to catch. They saw K1 with the ward. Kind of surrounding him. 23's on him.
Dire's
He's got backup, though. Schofield and Devias here.
He really does. Jabs, he's going to put the split, though.
Oh, K1's very dead.
Oh, they're going to leave him behind.
is under attack.
Another nice hit there from Aurora.
Probably did not actually need the split.
I mean, in a game where it's just been 9 kills in 22 minutes, you probably feel like you're going to get your spells back up
Yeah.
before any action happens
But when
again.
when he respawns, they could look for a fight because they have Aegis, and there's not going to be a brew split.
I mean, but the way they're playing so far,
If they- I
it's-
mean, yeah.
I don't think Heroic cares. They're like, we're going to keep farming.
By the way, look what he queued up on.
Oh, he's changed for the BKB.
The theory of
Yeah.
it with versus the splitter and versus the Pango, it makes sense. But
Sure.
And then he's going to switch it back again.
I was going to say, he hasn't bought anything yet. Might change his mind once more here now.
It's definitely possible. But right, let's see if they do look to take advantage of that Bruce split down at all. Right now, Aurora, they're going to back up.
Way. They're going to keep farming.
I think, no, why though? Why would you want, you always want to punish cooldowns, Owen.
Okay,
they're going to smoke and go.
Let's have a look.
Saying why. Tormentor, claim Q, get a shard. Age is still on analog for 90 seconds, so yeah, they're really trying to find something here. The ET Spirit already, he knows where they're probably trying to look to go. It's going to catch him.
Middle tower is under attack.
So ET Spirit scouts out every single one of them. They'll be able to avoid the gank until that Bruce split probably comes back up on the side of Aurora.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
In 23, it's actually
Dodge it.
claimed the top net worth, and
Low on the dodge. Nice try.
Radiant's top tower has
doesn't
fallen.
matter. Back to full health.
Still not spent up on that BKB. There's still a chance.
Radiant's top tower is under
Options are there for analog. There it is.
Still have some time while the
BKB
Bruce
on the
splits
way.
down. Yeah, good. Good. Sensible, man. I like it.
So now indeed.
23.
Oh, they're going to find
He's
it.
been found.
They get him straight over the stun and the Malin Fist. They drop the Supernova straight
And
down
he's
upon
gone.
him. He is very dead. I mean, this is the risk.
That's
right?
what
This
we
is
feel
what's
like is going to happen a lot.
The sniper just gets blown up, and
It's-
then it's like, well, what do you do now?
Especially once they, I mean, the later stages, once they start being able to buy those blink daggers on a lot of these heroes too to just close the gap. This is,
Yeah.
I mean, Seeka just walked up to him there.
Uh-oh.
Jabs has to be very, very careful with how he uses Primal Split if they want to be able to have a way to fight back in the mid game.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Because as it approaches toward this later game, Heroic,
Yep,
they've got absolutely everything.
pretty much. Especially, yeah, with this Radiance Monkey King, Midas, some Phoenix, they're getting all levels of the scaling, and KJ's making pretty huge steps towards having the Shivas.
Yeah. Q is still farming pretty well. Schofield, is he going through the gate?
I think so.
He's going
right?
back up through the gate. Did he misclick it and then didn't have the mana to go back through?
Wait, what do you mean?
What do you mean?
He-
It
wait,
costs
wait,
mana.
yeah.
Did he misclick Twicking the Ting Gate and then he couldn't go back through it because, wait, never mind.
why
He
would he-
could have just stopped himself.
Yeah, why would you want to go through twice?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm
He
saying
just wanted
anymore.
to go for the gate.
Jabs uses the split.
Huh?
I mean,
Probably not getting anything with that. He's
they're going
have
to
run.
chase the Earth Panda. I'd imagine they're going to try to chase the Earth Panda.
I mean, Analog should be able to keep on top of it, right?
They have to go catch up to him. I mean, ET's coming in to try to go for at least a stomp to protect, and they're not going to chase that far. Okay. Another split, though, used. Heroic now have nothing to fear if they want to go for a fight. That pretty much is the only thing deterring them from going just for a full 5v5 engagement.
Aurora, what items are they close to? We've got the Ags nearly coming out on Lorinov.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, what we got? 23 trying to get the Shadow Blade into BKB next. Manta's nearly done for Jab, so we'll be able to shove these waves out.
I feel like I might even want to see 23 buy the shard. I don't even know. It just feels really sad to do so, but I don't know. It just feels so hard for this sniper. Even the game stayed so slow and everything. Heroic's just chilling, getting farm. As you said, I mean, they have Marcy, so their 4 is getting to get BKB and get this going, but their actual 4 now, the Phoenix, he's got to have Shivas pretty quick in this game too.
Are scanning.
There's a BKB done. More enough.
Oh. Very, very close, but he's out. and
Surprised Analog
that's-
jumped from the tree instead of just stunning from the tree line, but whatever.
He's got the Aghanims done. And Jab's pretty much having the Manta. Yeah, the Manta's going to be sent out now as well. So
Okay. So I feel like this is a good attempt again to try to fight for Aurora when they have split back up. Right? I feel like they should try to at the least when they've got all these ultis ready. With now the Aghanims timing on Lorinov. I feel like now at this point you're probably sitting there and you're being like, uh-oh. Is farming actually good for us? Because it does, I would imagine it feels like if you're Aurora, you're feeling like you're getting out-farmed on the map.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
See what they look to do. Yeah, with the Ags on Lorinov, they're going to try. Q also did finish up his Gleipnir before us as well. Look at the circles drawn, though. KJ, he knows exactly where they are. Draws the circle literally all around that top side. He's probably like, Aurora is going to look to play up here. Long Roche
Radiant's
respawn.
middle tower is under attack.
Means it's going to go back bottom. Going to spawn on that Radiant side. Lead just now continuing to grow.
And they're out farming them by quite
a
bit.
big margin, yeah.
And yeah, that's only going to increase when it comes down to not fighting and hitting the creeps.
Mm-hmm. This has to be one of the lowest kill score
Yeah,
games.
it really
My
has to
goodness,
be.
like 10
That's
kills in 28 minutes.
Somebody get some stat up on that one. I mean, that's pretty crazy.
There's a gap of 12 minutes where there wasn't a kill.
What is going on?
It's for Heroic, it's fine though, right? They're just
they're
we're
down
chilling.
for this. Yeah, they're absolutely down for this.
And now I bet you're, as Analog, you're like, damn it, I should have bought the Manta before.
He would have, honestly, with the fact that there's not been any fighting, it would have meant that he would have had the Manta into BKB quicker than the BKB into Manta for sure.
But he's being safe. I like the safe play,
Tower is under attack.
What's their, they're feeling strong now. Let's see, what did they get? Is that a BKB on the Marcy at the least? BKB on Enigma, okay, so BKB Enigma, BKB for K1, and almost a BKB for Schofield, so Heroic looking like they want to fight, and they know that the Roche is soon going to be spawning. It could already be up, so they got to start throwing the scans and make a smoke movement over.
They know how strong they are. I mean, they know that if they go for a head-on-head team fight,
Yeah.
Aurora's not going to stand much chance whatsoever, especially at this sort of point of the map, unless Aurora get a jump.
Absolutely. Let's see if the greater healing lotuses make a difference, because they do have two of them on the side of Aurora as well. Both the Pango as well as the Brewmaster are hanging on to them.
Let's have a look. They're trying to see if they can get some sort of setup with the remainder of the smoke.
Oh,
K1
look at
up
this
the
flank
high
around.
ground.
Analog is wrapping around. He's on the sniper already.
Look at the Gleipnir onto K1. Look at the pushback as well to follow. They pop the split. They get the sharp shot in as well. K1's getting burst pretty low.
The sniper, though.
Divine Lam indeed able to find the jump onto the backlines, catching Oli, catching 23. As the two of them are dead. The Earth Splitter comes out and taken out the Marcy, but I don't think they're going to be able to take out much more here, Aurora, as they have to go on the full-on retreat. Q trying to get a couple more acorn shots and bushwhacks in from the side, but it doesn't matter. Triple kill for Analog.
Well, we had worries that if the sniper ever gets found, he's just instantly deleted. And Analog, he gets literally right on his face in seconds. And Divine Lamo, that was I don't even know what angle he came with that blink black hole, but finds it perfectly onto both the ET and the sniper with Analog right on top of him. So very one-sided affair.
Yeah, they'll be able to set up for the Roshan. It's going to be back up in 10 seconds. They're already there down bottom. We'll see it again the way that this fight started. Divine Lama straight into the pit.
Analog's positioning was just beautiful, right? He flanked all the way from the left side and just was literally right on top of the sniper. Picture-perfect fight, really. They lose the Marcy, but you're perfectly fine with that. He tanked a splitter. And now the Roche.
That's going to be all theirs.
And a full Shiva is now for KJ. Fight's getting much more difficult as the game progresses. And a heart, I believe, about very close to be finished up for K1 too.
Yeah, just bring him Tarask away from it.
Yeah.
Sean has fallen to the Delta.
This team is good. Haven't gotten to see so much Heroic, and I'm thoroughly impressed. Very good decision making, good drafting. Clever movements as well as a team. The macro movement has been astounding. So.
Doing it their own way as well, right?
It is.
This is always nice to see teams not necessarily following the meta the same way that the majority are, and finding success with it. A lot of success with it. Heroic having a very good time here in this playing stage.
Yeah, no, definitely. Treat to see. I love when I see like these Pugnas and stuff, hero that doesn't get picked too much and ends up, having a very good game. Ooh, Devi. Queuing up the Aghanims. I mean, this is one also it's difficult if Sniper wants to try to ever kill the Enigma during Black Hole. He's just going to get pulled in, too. Tormentor. A fantastic shard that's being given for free to Analog.
Yeah, and for Analog as well. We've got the boring stuff out of the way with the BKB and the Manta.
Now he can go for
Where
fun.
do you go now?
Oh, wait, 23? How did he get up here?
Oh, don't show. He's fine. He's got the Shadow Blade. He's got TP as well. If he wants to sort of sneak around, we'll see how long he hangs around, how many creep waves he feels that he can cut up it.
I'm gonna keep my camera on him.
This is risky.
This is, I mean, it's the best way to play as a risky move, but he's spotted now.
Oh, he's immediately going out.
Quick draw. Gets himself out. Gets himself at least a one wave, but...
I think even Analog doesn't know what he wants to buy. 4,500 gold on the Monkey King. Does he want to buy an Axe? Does he want to buy a Skadi?
I'm taking a look at his team. They could do Scotty, they could do a
He's got the Axe. He's got the Axe.
He's got the Axe,
yeah.
Okay. I could have seen an argument for quite a bit of items, because they could look for AC to just force issue as well, because they don't have one right now. And they are playing versus ET, and AC is fantastic versus AC. Or AC is fantastic versus ET.
Lorinov, it's come on with the Rolling Thunder, but not really any fight to be had.
K1. Just sends Illusion in.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Yeah, I guess the Aghanims overall, it makes a lot of sense too, just on top of with the Radiance and the farm, but oh, he almost cut his own tree. Careful there, Devi. To be able to siege, right? He can just start parking those Wukongs up there, and if they do run into it, then it's problematic. And this Monkey King really does feel like the gotcha pick that kind of blew open the game, because he's having a perfect game, 5-0, and it's just made Lorinov just not really be able to do what he kind of did the last game, which they needed. Even though they lost the last game, Lorinov played so well. This one, he actually hasn't died, but he hasn't been able to do what you usually want to see from a Pango of like rolling in and controlling the fights, because if he rolls into a Wukong's, it's difficult, and he got started slow. So, really clever pick that they were able to get in.
Jabs as well. He's going to have his courier taken out, and that, I mean, sure, he's still 600 or so gold away from the Aghanims, but likely to get that 600 gold up before the 2 minute or so cooldown of his courier being dead. So that will be the Axe delayed, which would have been pretty nice, you know, just to kind of keep the game going right. Indeed, yeah. He's got obviously the Mantra Illusions to try and push waves out, but at the moment for Aurora, it's just full high ground defense, keep the waves pushed out, and hope that 23 can get to a point where it can become that high ground defending sniper that they need.
It's like similar to the last game where it's like they can buy time for the game to extend, but does it ever actually play into their benefit? That last game they extended an extra 10 minutes, but it didn't feel like it shifted the game too much at all. But if there's one thing that this lineup can do very well, it is that high ground defense with ET Sniper. Devi Llama has an Arcane Rune, perhaps looking to force a fight. They get the catch on Analog.
Devi Llama's going to go straight for the black hole on towards the Brewmasters. They can burst through before he can get the split off.
He gets it off.
Jabs is able to pop it. They've lost Devi Llama. They roll forward. They're able to take out Schofield as well through his BKB. Not bad at all here from Aurora.
Very good kills.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a bit of an awkward start. I mean, Devi Llama goes for this black hole, but at the same time, yes, they were able to catch with the bushwhack, the Monkey King, so Analog wasn't ready to follow up with the damage.
That ward on the left side, I don't think they expected that to still be there. Ali placed it like 4 minutes ago, so was able to see him. Jabs' ult will wear off, but they get a good catch there onto Schofield as well as Devi. That was an Arcane Rune black hole, I believe, though, so it's going to come up a little bit faster, but either way, signs of life for Aurora.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see again the jump. It was just a bit awkward at the same time. You know, Devi Llama goes for this black hole over to the side. A Q just between the initial bushwhack on Analog and then the Gleipnir onto both him and the Phoenix. It really stopped them from getting in and being able to get these core kills that they were trying for.
Back to farming for Heroic for a little bit. At least till that black hole is back up there. If they even feel like they want to try to force with black hole, or maybe just wait for Roshan. Wait for those fights outside of the base. Because K1 still does continue to be an absolute beast in that top net worth spot. Anyone who really gets caught versus him is just instantly dead.
Yeah, I mean, it's just big items from Aurora. Q, you know, Daedalus into Rapier maybe. Time to bring out the crazy stuff.
It definitely is going to start getting to those levels.
Yep.
BKB finished up now for the sniper, so easier for him to just attempt to protect himself unless he gets caught in a stun or a black hole. We're starting to get more and more solutions for the black hole. Lorinov now also has his basher, so on top of them having the splitter, if it's timed right versus the black hole, they'll now have at least that to stop it. But Heroic just farming so much more of the map. Even though you saw the gold lead there, it trickled back down for a moment, but then afterwards, when the fight doesn't happen, Heroic just cleans up way more. And Black Hole is back and available.
All right.
Radiant's bottom tower is
And
under
Analog
attack.
has a full data list now, so his damage has skyrocketed as well on this Monkey King. And they might actually, they have a defensive ward placed top. They'll see Lorinov up top. They're instantly TPing for him. He sees it. Can he get out? Blink on cooldown. Schofield hot on the chase. Lorinov will get out.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
You know, K1, after I believe that was what, 5 Phantasms or 4 or 5 Phantasms it took it, but he finally got the tower bottom. Heroic's showing. All 3 lanes shoved in. Everyone farming. Up to 18k now. Timeless Relic acquired. Tier 4 neutrals.
Yeah, they can just continue to have some fun.
Yep,
Farm
they're
up these
showing
big
up.
items.
Yep. And for Aurora, it really is just high ground. High ground, just defense. Waiting till they can maybe get those rapiers, get these data lists, these bigger damage items online so they can continue getting that protection and hopefully bring down these super tanky cores like K1. Roche, let's see how long that spawn is. 1 minute. Fighting outside too for Aurora still feels, feels very difficult. It's just hiding the sniper, protecting the sniper is very complicated when it's not inside of the base. Especially when they just have tons of scouting mechanics with the Monkey King. And now a Silver Edge as well on the CK.
Let's see if they want to try and push something here.
48 seconds.
Yeah, the lead's just kind of set up on this bottom side of the map for the Roshan. Thank you.
Can they burst?
I mean, they can.
They can.
Very nice, quick kill there to take down KJ.
K1, 23, be careful. Oh, he just instantly BKBs. He actually didn't even see him. He was just going for the building.
He was terrified.
He was so scared. You kind of have to be.
I mean, they get the pushback set up there. Thanks to the vision that they had in preparation.
Splitter's down, he can TP now.
K1's also got to go for a BKB TP with the bash.
Bash!
They get him with the bash. And now with the BKB wearing off, K1, he's in trouble.
Oh, they've got him.
Are they going to kill him? All right, Aurora.
Oh, I thought he was going to get out too. I thought I saw the bash proc. Same with the ET splitter was used, but he does get caught. Good kills playing around their vision. That ward that they placed bottom and prep for that Roche in the next few moments. Get some 2 huge kills.
Absolutely, had taken out K1.
Can it get them any type of success to go for the Roche? They have 70 seconds.
Q's close to the Daedalus. AC pretty close for jabs.
Nice try, Analog. He really wants to kill that Octarine, but he can't get to it. And they were maybe just trying to bait him for a second there. 23 did step up for a hot second. Speaking of 23, be careful, no BKB on you.
Yeah, they will dive.
I see Schofield watching. And the Roche, it is going to get started, so Aurora making some really good moves in these last few moments, because K1 did spend.
Yeah, they're probably going to get this right. I mean, sure there's a supernova at the
They might fight. I think they're going to fight without Hector. The black hole, if it catches them, could be devastating.
Oh, it's going to be so close. Aurora, can they finish it off in time?
They will.
They get it. They get the Aegis, and they're looking to get out. Immediate TPs. Is anyone going to get left behind?
Jabs will.
He is. Jump forward down by Llama. He's in with the Manifest. He's even going to drop the black hole onto the Primal Split to make sure that they bring the Brewmaster down.
Does cancel a split. Got the Manta. He's going to be able to buy a bit more time here, but eventually will go down. And they'll be able to claim a gem.
But they got what they came for, right? They got the Roche.
They did.
Got the Aegis. And other than jabs, they get out. So good stuff from Aurora, making these plays.
When they're at this deficit, it's big, yeah. That was so scary. If they took even like a second or 2 longer, that could have been horrible for them. So good that they committed so hard. And they do give Lorinov the Aegis too. So feeling like he is just going to be, he is going to be just right in the front lines of everything there to try to protect the sniper. So, but does mean though, if 23 gets caught and he dies, they have no damage.
Radiant are scanning.
Heroic, since they claimed that gem as well too, I think they probably had one of their own somewhere too, but they will be able to get some of these D wards out. They were catching them at least on that bottom side before. And they're going to just set up for the push. He's just going to throw down the Wukongs. He's got the Aghanims to go for the Rax. K1 working on mid as well.
Yeah, nobody wants to fight into the Wukong's command, so he easily securing the space to take that set of racks down.
Just using the time while Jabs was dead. Get that push forward at Jabs. Won't be respawning, but that Rax was claimed. Who's got the refresher shard? They do give it to the Pango for now.
Another way to get in on top of the sniper here with the blink dagger picked up by Analog.
He is going to go for it. Okay, yeah. I was like, he got the shard, so I was thinking maybe he just relies on that to get in, but wants to just have the further one. And it's a natural replacement, of course, for Treads as the game progresses. So Swift Blink on him. A Hex now finished up on the Phoenix. Yeah, KJ just, yeah, this Midas is paid off massively.
Aurora's going to go out for the smoke.
Okay. Trying to catch them a bit off guard here. Black hole, how long? 30 seconds.
Can they find anyone? It's tough here. Down
tough.
20k. Still incredibly low on the kills. 10 to 10. 43 minutes in. I think without a doubt. I mean, we've obviously not been able to watch all of the games ourselves with how many that are going on here. But I'd say this is probably the lowest.
They've got a good ward down. They've got good information. The jump forward, it's
not going to catch Schofield.
Now they're going to look to re-go.
Yeah, you've got to be careful, Aurora. You've sort of shown your hand.
He's got the refresher shard. He's swapping it in. Might look to sneak it onto them. They should see it, though. He's trying to hold on to it.
Jabs is heading in. He's going to put the split. They want to go for this. Jabs, he's got the setup with the wind panther. He's able to throw it down by Llama up into the air. Turn the BKB and the black hole. Controlling the split and controlling the Pangolier. Boundless Strike comes in. Laurenov, he's gone the one. Still clean up to the sniper as well.
23 is dead.
Gone at the beginning of the fight, and now they can look for potentially round 2 onto Laurenov. But they'll chase him down. Has he got any way out of this? He's got the 4 heroes onto him. He's going to go up to the high ground, try for TP with the Boundless Strike, as well as the Malefice is there. Laurenov gone without buyback.
They're trying so hard to just outplay, but Divide just goes, wait, I'm just going to BKB and Black Hole the two of you pretty easily. Perfect setup. They actually just got kind of initiated the fight for Divide Llama there.
I mean, 23 just died.
He dies instantly. Yeah. It's been like that every time. That's why we had the concerns for the sniper. They've been able to stall it out for him, but still not seeing him be able to do much of anything. I didn't even see him die. He just died. I think K1. I'm pretty sure K1 just flanked him with the Silver Edge and just killed him by himself.
Yeah, we saw the Black Hole from Davide Llama obviously being dropped down onto Laurenov and Jabs, and then 23 just dead elsewhere.
Yep. Story of a sniper. Ghillie suit not going to protect you ever.
Oh, K1? All
right, well, that's when Ghillie suit's going to be very good. How many deaths have we seen like that? I think that's like the 3rd or 4th death from K1.
I mean, somehow this game manages to keep on giving, even though it feels like a stump, but moments like this, it's not ending, folks.
High ground.
Holding on.
Dude, sniper, ET, high ground defense.
They're holding on. They're finding ways to keep this game alive, Aurora.
But why was K1 even there? I think he's just trying to do like his Phantasm pushing the tower slowly, but very over-aggressive move after you just dominated a fight. Jabs. Behind enemy lines. They're looking to fight since K1's dead. Black hole up in 40 seconds. Could be a pretty decent time to find a fight if they were able to. I mean, I say that, they still have a problem with Analog. Because even though they kill this CK, Analog is honestly the bigger threat, really. As we've seen in every single one of these fights. K1 doesn't really do too much besides just, if he finds the sniper, he'll kill him instantly, but it's been Analog 90% of the time. Speaking of Analog, where does he go from here? He's pretty much 6-slotted, so Moonshard. And then he has to start swapping things around, really. Well, besides eating the Aghanim, so we'll see what he does look for.
I mean, they'll probably just wait again for the next rush.
Back to chill, yep.
Yep, back to farming.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Every Black Hole fight seems like they just do win. Most of these, especially outside the base, just when they try to go for high ground, it just becomes delayed. It becomes difficult to pierce through the sniper. But that's really all it's been.
Thank you. You're going to have the opportunity to go for something big next. 3,600 gold saved up on the Hoodwink.
I mean, it does feel kind of like rapier territories,
And
but
just get that rapier. It's got to be a little tempting, right? Is there anything else he truly needs? Other than just the ability to sort of just pop people from the high ground.
I mean, he can go Pike, because then you get that reset as well, and you get more distance, but it's not really the best damage item. You probably want something bigger at this point. Trying to think.
Yeah, Rapier Hoodwink could win them the game.
Yeah, because if he dies too, then your sniper picks it up, and then 23's going to have you too. You know, there's always the multiple things you can get out of it. Q is thinking it.
He's considering.
We shall see. K1 keeps suspending out every single time. Doesn't care. Overwhelming Blink now also finished up, so he's got the way to just get on the sniper. They might just literally like 3-man or 4-man just blink in the base and force a fight. Just because they might just be getting a bit frustrated not being able to siege the high ground.
Cute. Ooh, they see him up here, but Bushwhack's going to be off the mark. Immediate BKB comes out from Schofield. The sharp shot does connect in onto Analog. Still up there in the trees. Will remain hidden.
That's the role used. He's got A on disc. He's got it ready to unlock.
And TP's out, and they're not going to quite see him. It's in what sort of a hidden spot in the middle. They didn't quite see him.
And then Divide cuts his own teammate's tree.
Oh.
That, I cannot believe they didn't see him.
How did they not see? Yeah,
I mean,
they didn't. We were able to check their point of view with the vision, and indeed they couldn't see him.
Just in the spot. Japs, ult's online. K1. He's got his team for once.
He's going to push him back into the range, the damage, but there's no
Black hole
here with the jump. Black hole straight onto 23. It's going to get put to a stop. 23 backing off. Can he get out the Wukong command?
The
he
boundless.
can with the boundless strike. Takes him out. 23 dead for 2 minutes. No buyback.
And they just do exactly what we were saying. They just blink in. They don't care. The sniper does absolutely nothing. Lornoff.
K1 cleaning up. Takes out Q. The buybacks are coming out here from Aurora. It's a good rolling thunder from Lorinov.
He's doing a lot.
I mean, Analog's getting held pretty low.
He's killing everybody.
He kind of is. I mean, Analog, he's also dead.
He actually killed everybody.
Lorinov is still alive. The shield protecting the Eon disc is also going to give him a chance to back off. Can he get away from Schofield? The bash comes out.
He's still alive.
He's surviving through it all. Lorinov.
He's going to go back in.
I mean, he absolutely is. K1's out of mana. They can slowly but surely take this CK down.
What?
Sure, it cost them 3 buybacks, but they keep this game alive.
Lorinov, I want to see his damage. I need this fight recap. That's actually lower than I thought it was going to be. Still, I mean, his control in particular was absurd.
That's insane.
Wow. They didn't even get any buildings.
No,
they got none.
They defended. Again, it was 3 buybacks.
It was.
But they defend. And for the most part, that was without their carry. You know, 23 kind of died at the beginning of all of that.
He literally died at the beginning, yeah. All right. Such a good comeback from the Rolling Thunder. We lost the guy out of the lobby for a second. And they're getting the push going. Q has actually bought a Deso. So Deso AC, they are pushing toward high ground.
They are.
They pop it.
See if they can get some buybacks out.
Wait, what is this? They glyphed.
No, they didn't.
They glyphed before they were even hitting the tower.
Wait, why did they glyph? Who pressed glyph? Oh, there we go.
Oh, they had a secondary one. It was still. Oh, it was still after this. I thought it was too late. Yeah, I thought it was actually too late after the tier 2 died, but
to get the refresh.
Yep.
But they got it. So
tier
still
3.
The push comes in.
Melee racks down. Or maybe they just don't need 23.
I mean, this is kind of crazy that again, that Aurora somehow they're somehow showing that they have a chance. Heroic. They've had this lead for the whole time, this whole game. And they're making these jumps. They're killing off 23 on the sniper, but
how is Lornoff doing this?
To hold.
Just like last game, he was working his magic.
Again, because he's only died the once. So it was like the one in game 1, right? He barely died.
I think he literally only died the once or twice in that game too. And now Roche, still 5 seconds on the CK. They kill this very fast with their minus armor. The yell is going to reduce it though. They know this is happening. It's not low enough.
Oh, they're coming.
Analog is here.
This is going to be able to jump 23 points. BKB is able to pick up the Aegis. The Supernova's going to be there. They're starting to back away. Wukong's Commander Supernova they're able to get away from. On the side, the Black Hole's going to be dropped down on towards the Primal Split. Lorinov getting dragged back, but the Disc keeps him safe. Will back away. They will lose the ET.
Lornoff's in trouble.
They've got the Hex on him. He's gone, but he does have buyback available. Schofield, he's going to get shredded here by 23, but indeed 23 caught getting burnt down by KK with the Sunray. But he has the Aegis. 23's going to be back for round 2. Buyback comes in from Lorinov. See if we can get back over to help out. Davai Lama trying to hide in the trees, but they've got the vision here with the assassinate. Davai Lama is going to get taken out by 23. Double kill. Now they turn over towards K1. Got the Silver Edge. They've got any sort of detection and find him. Jabs trying to chase down, but K1 should be able to sneak away.
Buyback from Lorinov does deter them from continuing chase.
Again, though, it's going to give them a
Pretty good
potential
fight.
window to maybe force out some buybacks from a Heroic.
This is crazy. The 2 times they've been able to secure this, Roche has gotten them back into this game a little bit here. 23 now with the refresher shard for a secondary BKB. He might actually be able to farm a Wind Waker to reset and survive in some of these fights too.
That'd be pretty huge.
It would be.
Dire's bottom tower has
Devi is finding some nice black holes. He keeps controlling the brew split, but the buybacks do end up coming into play, and somehow Jabs in that one does end up surviving all of it. There will be a refresher on this Enigma soon, but there's also a refresher on Jabs too.
There is.
So Aeon Disc did save him last time. He'll have double of that plus a double ulti. This game's gotten spicy. A lot spicier than I think we expected it to. Especially if we're going to start to get maybe some rapiers and stuff like that. Hoodwink, of course, we saw him go Desolator, but...
Let's have a look. Yes, indeed. As you can see there, yet to actually have a game break the 60-minute mark so far on these few days. 5 minutes away from that longest match. That was Nows versus Mouse.
And who does a 60-minute benefit? I mean, probably Heroic, actually. Because they get Giant Swing.
What'd you get, Giant? Yeah.
Right, for the CK, and then he can just bypass terrain and get to the sniper a bit easier. But maybe... I mean, a Stygian Desolator is also really nice if it's never to get it, so we'll see. Jabs.
See him. He's back to the base just in time.
He's got the Aeon Disc always, though, so can just survive even if they commit everything onto him. Actually, never mind. They do have the Nullifier finished. I think I saw K1 did buy it, so never mind. Aeon Disc will have an answer.
Amplified damage rune as well for Analog on the next push.
KJ has hit level 25 as well, so that Supernova, I mean, it hasn't been killed almost at all. Now it's 12 hits. He also has gone queuing up a refresher himself. And Devi is about to have that one finished up. How the buyback status is looking. So we said a lot has been used from the side of Aurora to keep this game going. Analog.
Oh, he's in. It's going to start things.
He gets feared
straight away by the fear. He'll still get the BKB off. The damage is coming out for 23. 23. He's getting jumped by K1. He'll be able to bounce back with a concussive grenade.
The Rax is dropping.
Analog focusing the objectives. Fortification comes out from Aurora.
Beat
the refresher.
refresher.
He's going to get sent up in the air for now by the Wind Panda. Jazz puts the refresher himself. He's ready to go with second split.
Jumped
Analog.
in.
He's going to again. Second Wukong's command, trying to keep space to allow him to get the barracks. He's going to turn towards the split panda first.
They're getting the megas. There's one Rax left. This time going for objectives rather than kills. They used a lot there, though.
I mean, they're smoking up Aurora. Lorinov is going to put the refresher.
There is a black hole available.
So if he can chase this, he's on top of K1, but K1's able to get the BKB off in time. Davai Lama watching from the sidelines. And for the chance to jump in, and there it is. He's going to go straight for the panda.
Sniper's on
the
him,
damage is coming in for 23 from outside the black hole's able to take down the Enigma.
Not a good black hole. Back up to base. 80 seconds, no Enigma. Can Aurora look to punish at all? I mean, probably not, but can at least get their lanes out into a better position. Maybe pick up a couple more items, because 23 has 10,000 gold.
Radiant are scanning.
Surely going to want to do some shopping. He'll get clarity for now.
Clarity.
Yeah, right. Get rid of those treads. Get that Swift Link in. It's going to be coming.
I mean, these the Silver Edges and whatnot are starting to really play an effect inside the base. Same thing for the Hoodwink Shadowblade. I see K1 jump, and then they just invis and walk away from him. The structures did drop, but now Aurora's feeling strong enough to push themselves forward a bit. With no black hole for Devi. He can buy the full refresher.
Okay. And still have...
I don't think he has the buyback. No, he doesn't.
No. That would be risky. I think he's going to need to hold on to that.
Dropping the banner. K1.
Aurora.
He's taking the creep wave.
Okay.
So that is their only creep, and it is dead.
Uh-oh.
Dire's middle tower
So that banner not going to be put to use very efficiently. Enigma will get time to respawn. Can they retreat safely? Because K1 is in a position where he can catch people off if they don't TP out, and yeah, they'll just TP for most of them.
23, yeah, it's just needs to get that courier out and get that Eagle song, so Swift Blink will be safely delivered.
I think they just saw K1. Is he going to get caught outside again?
Was it they saw him with the courier or the vision?
Either one.
I mean,
He
got
might just get
BKB,
grabbed again.
but obviously can't BKB TP because of the threat of the bashes.
He just needs help.
I mean, Analog's going to try and help out, but the BKB of K1 comes to an end. He's going to get caught in the stun. Wukong's command Supernova's laid down. K1's able to back off. They're going to lose Oli on the side of Aurora. 23's trying to fight. He's looking towards Schofield. Now Analog's going to jump over the walls, but Analog
no
jumps
BKB.
in. Lauren off and Jab, they're ready waiting for him. They put the split, they take Analog down.
And Schofield too.
They get the both of them.
Analog jumping in without the BKB or refresher ready.
Oh, yeah, it was, what, 5 seconds from refresher coming back off cooldown for the Monkey King when he went in like that.
Analog has the rapier queued up himself now.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
They're holding Aurora, and it's getting very close to 60 minutes.
It's getting, I mean, now 23 is starting to actually dish out a lot of damage on this sniper. He's starting to be able to keep his positioning safe.
Maybe this was just the plan all along. It was just a
stall forever.
Yeah, stall forever.
And just keep catching K1 off guard when he's splitting, pushing, and stuff like that. Black Hole is at the ready.
The buybacks have got to come out. Schofield pops his. K1, he's in with the jump. He's going to look towards Laurenov. Laurenov's hoping to get the shield crash.
They're on divide. They're on divide.
See if they can take him out. The Enigma's in trouble. He pops the BKB with the right touch. 23's enough. He's gone. Buyback immediately. K1 is getting control right in the middle of the fight. Caught by the Rolling Thunder. K1, can he survive through this?
He dead.
Can't. He's gone. It has to be a third buyback. A fourth buyback. Says die back there on Schofield.
Analog.
He's going to manage to get the Wukong's command off. Aurora, they'll reset for now. Jabs, still caught in the front of it all. Refresher's going to be brought up by Davai Lama. He's got the Black Hole ready to go. Nullify immediately to remove the Eon Disc and take down Jabs.
They're looking to go in again, though.
Davai Lama puts the Refresher. He's got the second one ready to go. Immediate buyback from KJ. K1 looking for a grab.
Dive from Phoenix. They're on 23.
They're only getting in with the Hex. They've got the Sunray burning him down as well. 23 in trouble. Laurenov's going to get trapped back by K1. Eon Disc removed by the Nullify, but Laurenov's able to swashbuckle out to the side. Turn over towards K1, puts the illusions, jump forward, Davai Lama.
The other hole.
The Black Hole's there for the Earth Splitter comes in, puts a stop to it all. Jabs now caught by the silence. He's backing away, 23.
They're on K1.
He's bringing in the damage, snipes down the Enigma, turns towards K1.
Oh my God, they've done it.
And they're ready to go for the close, straight down the lane towards the tier 4s. See if they can do this. The creep wave's being cut though. Analog.
Oh, and they're killing the buildings fast. They've got this Death OAC.
Backdoor protection has kicked in.
Oh, it has.
They can they not take it down through it? I mean, they're kind of worried about the
Analog pushes too fast.
I mean, he's going for the tier 4s.
Oh my God, have they done it? Who's done it?
Oh, it's going to be a race. They're on towards the Ancient.
Analog.
They're fighting for backdoor protection. Analog.
He's dying.
He is. He tried to do it. He's not going to be able to do it. He's out of the game. It's only KJ left on Heroic. Aurora, they're taking the Ancient slowly, but surely down.
They're all dead.
Through the backdoor protection. This is absolutely going to be theirs. There's no buybacks left on Heroic.
Oh
as Aurora,
my God.
They'll do it 100-0 this Ancient through backdoor protection. It's game over. They get the win.
That might be one of the biggest comebacks I've seen in such a long time. They persevered on the high ground so long. K1 just getting caught